everybody. Welcome to another year of the Georgia Watch Along Show. My name is Radi Nabulsi. I'm joined by former Georgia Bulldogs head coach Jim Donnan. Dayne Young's behind us, working the boards, making sure everything runs smoothly like it's supposed to. Coach, we are hoping that Georgia runs smoothly. They have a tough game. Everyone's expecting them to win. They're a double-digit favorite. I'm nervous. You know how I get before games. I know Clemson's a good football team. Phil Moff is a giant. Cade Klubnik's year two is going to be much better. But Georgia's also got some pretty good players out there. And let's get your opening thoughts. Kickoff's here in about 5 minutes.
Well, it's glad to be football starting again. You know, everybody's undefeated except for the teams that played last week. But I think it's just a tough opener for Clemson to go against this Georgia team because all the things that bothered Clemson last year, Georgia does well. I mean, they play great red zone defense. They really pressure the quarterback. They cause turnovers. You know, Clemson fumbled a lot last year. And I think they've got to rectify those to even have a shot. But, you know, it's a new year. A lot of pressure on Beck coming out to try to live up to what he did last year. But our team is built on replacing the good guys we lost and also getting these younger guys more reps and bringing them along. I think there's too much said about what we don't have instead of what we have.
Fair.
Even though we're not going to play with ETN today, and anybody out there that is worried about, well, they should let him play the second game or whatever. You got rules in place. Kirby's the head coach. And, you know, you just don't love your kids when they do something right. You know, when they do something wrong, you got to discipline, and it hurts the team, but the kids got to learn a lesson. I mean, he broke some of the rules that we've been trying to stress. So he's a good kid. He's going to learn from it. I think Kirby dresses him out today just to make it look like he might play, just so Clemson might be thinking about it a little bit down to the last second. But we got some good guys in there. We lost Robinson, but I really like Branson Robinson coming back off injury. I also like Cash Jones, really good player. And then number 3, Nate Frazier, will be a guy to look for. Something to watch for in the game today, which I always worry about.
Here we go.
Is the fact that Janelle Aguero, our star, our nickel guy, has been bummed up a little bit in practice.
That's
so
bad news. Come on, Coach.
I hope. Well, I mean, do you want me to just BS you?
Damn it, that's not what I wanted to hear.
You asked me what I want to look for,
Yeah.
but how are we going to – if he can play, that'll be good. But if he's slowed down, we're going to have to change a little bit in the secondary. Does that mean Dan Jackson more reps? Does that mean bringing in KJ Bolden? Does that mean moving Starks to star, or maybe Ja'Cory Thomas or Rhett? Guys like that are going to see more action. But let's look for that. We always enjoy your questions. Dane's good at picking them up. I always said this, my wife wouldn't have married me if I hadn't asked her. So ask us some questions. We'll try to answer them. This is a homer show. Anybody's for Clemson, you can watch it, but we're not going to say anything good about them. No, but really, we'll give them a little credit. But this is all Georgia's show. We appreciate all our sponsors. I'm giving you everything, but a couple of these guys have been around forever. Athens Ford and you know, the Farmer family, kind of in memory of Marilyn Farmer. She was one of our biggest fans last year. Got to watch a couple shows and then finally kind of succumbed to her illness. But just the Farmer family, big supporters. And we've got some new people too. And with all this technology and stuff you got down here in my basement, I don't even know where I am, Roddy. I mean, obviously you're spending some of this money and dug up some of those cans behind your backyard and got some of that cash out. But I really think that we're going to try to give you a really good shot of what's happening today. And here's a couple keys from my standpoint. Georgia has a big edge in the kicking game. Watch for Clemson to try maybe a few tricks along those lines. But Georgia's punter and place kicker are awesome. Georgia's O-line is really a threat to protect the quarterback. Clemson likes to pressure, come with a lot of heat, and if we can hold them up, you're going to see some guys running down the field. Number 8, Colby Young, 86, Dylan Bell, crossing routes with 6, Lovett, and then possession routes with number 4, Delp. That'll really hurt these guys. Watch for Frazier coming out of the backfield. The other thing is some exotic looks from our defense, bringing Small Munden out to the edge and bringing him along with Michael Williams.
What?
I think we'll put some real heat on these guys. So I'm looking for a tight fit game early, but at the same time, it looks like that, as usual, Kirby's won the toss. Clemson won and and elected to receive. They're showing a little bit of love here.
Super chat from Aaron Calloway. Thanks, Coach Radi and Dayne. Best way to watch the beloved dogs, GATA, Bossum Yingling.
There you go.
We just kicked off.
Good job by Woodring. You know, he's taking over the kickoff reins. Our kickoff guy has transferred to Texas A&M because he didn't get to kick extra points and field goals. But we're going to see right off the bat, they talk about this Clemson O-line. They got a new O-line coach who coached here, Matt Luke, knows our defense. Let's see if they try to really hammer number 7 up in there. He's a really big, strong back from over here in Atlanta, and some RPOs off of that.
Phil Moffa's definitely a big target for them. Let's see what they do on the first snap, and season's underway. Oh, they threw to him.
That's the kind of – wait a minute. Was that – wait a minute. Was that
You son of a –
was that Bo Nix?
Oh.
First play against Oregon. Little choke action. Georgia's doing a little bit different here. I think they're playing some boundary corner and field corner, maybe to take advantage of our really good Everett kid playing into the boundary where he can play tough on them. So let's watch for that.
Very interesting. You're talking about maybe having Smile Munden play the edge. That was flag down.
Might have had a guy down the field there. Let's see if they did.
Yeah.
This guy's a good possession receiver, and they're going to try to –
Illegal motion, Coach.
Yeah. I don't think the guy was set on the outside.
Yeah. Dan Jackson with the tackle there in coverage. Got to drop. You got to tackle these guys. This is a big football team.
Right.
We made the point about Phil Moffa. That is a big – you talking about him, number 7. That is a big guy that he gets so many extra yards when you tackle him. Remember how Todd Gurley would just fall forward for 3 extra yards?
Yeah, when you got to keep him behind the sticks where as long like 2nd and 15 against Georgia is nightmare. It looks like we got 20 in there at start. That's what we talked about. Is that Thomas?
That's exactly what I was looking at. I was looking at the number.
That's why you listen to
Corey Thomas. Oh, my goodness.
See, this is what – when you play a team like Georgia, and I'm sure Clemson's going to make some plays, but we've already seen 2 plays that they had a chance to make. The first ball in the flat, then that ball right there was very catchable. And really big series right here. What's Georgia going to do? They're going to heat him up. We got a little bit of our package in here where you see
Michael's on the outside.
And here also we got Small. Look at him right here on the edge.
Yeah.
He might be – oh, come on. That's a bad mistake there.
Not exactly what you wanted there, jumping off sides.
Yeah, you just don't know if they moved or not. But
Big Damon Wilson.
Okay, that puts them back in a good position here as far as one more shot at it. But you got to remember, this is the first time Michael's really played out there, and a little nervous, but the same kind of thing we talked about Clemson. You can't stop yourself, and that was a really big opportunity for us to get them off the field. But
KJ Bolden in the game too, Coach. On that third long.
I think we got a situation here where he's going to play without Aguero in the game. So we got
press at the top.
Make the tackle here. That's all you got to do.
Big time tackle there. KJ Bolden making his presentation.
One of the reasons you watch this show, not many people have known that Aguero wasn't starting, so I'm not bragging on that. But I do feel like that.
No, but you're right.
I do feel like that the segmentation over there about how we put these guys together is going to be big because there he is on the sideline, 8. So they like to kick the ball into the boundary here. Let's see if Swanson keeps the ball on this hash over here when he kicks.
You kept it right on the hash mark.
This guy's electric. So that's a pretty good scouting report on the punt here. So
You nailed it. That's exactly where you put it.
I'm not going to tell you what she's going to say, but she does a good job. She does her homework. I think this crew is really one of the best in the country. Really like Sean McDonough, our relationship to him. But we're going with 2 tight ends. Looks like 12 personnel from the standpoint we're going to have Lucky and Delp in the game at the same time. So what that could afford us is a chance to maybe protect a little better and maybe go deep early to one of these wide guys in Bell or it looks like Arian Smith in there. And Arian's a leading touchdown reception guy in the history of the team, the kids that are back there.
That blew my mind when we saw that he actually leads the team in touchdowns.
Branson Robinson in at running back. I like this.
There you
Get this
go.
guy going. Get this guy going.
There's
Mike Bobo is a tremendous thought process there. And just think about this, fans. You want to get your quarterback rolling, but you also, this guy notoriously has had some problems with some drops. Here he gets a confident play with a good block out there on the perimeter. If Robinson would have, he's not used to blocking in the open field, you'd have had another big first down, but he got a first down, but maybe a big play. Good call by Mike Bobo to start the game. Clemson's going to try to light us up. I don't think they can cover that guy at the top. Backside pressure there. Yeah. These guys got some big old boys
That's
up there.
That's a Chilardo, coach. Look at him.
They don't do too much cheering here yet, though, but we'll see. But nice backside play here. Georgia going fast. I like it.
Don't let them get set. I'm with you.
Good job mixing up the count here. Mike Bobo can still be talking to him on the headset up until 15 seconds here. Now it'll go off here. We got Lovett maybe on a crossing route coming up.
Arian Smith in motion. Throw it Arian Smith. He gets a block, but no, can't get away. They had 2 on that side. Trap.
So it's 3rd down for Georgia. 11:30 left here in the first quarter. Trying to approach midfield. Need 10 yards to move the sticks.
Make sure to tell them how to pause the show so they can get.
We have the clock on the screen. That'll help you align it to where you're watching, streaming, cable, satellite. Your timing may be slightly different from ours, but you can pause your YouTube channel or Facebook feed and then align with us based on the clock that you see.
Really good use of the time clock there by Coach Bobo, and they're just bringing 4 here.
Yep.
Make a play with your feet.
He's got it.
Go down. Go down. Okay. I tell you, everybody
a stumbling giraffe.
Everybody talks about Carson, about his passing ability, but just that play right there gives you a chance maybe to at least have a field goal on your first drive on a broken play. Mm-hmm. Clemson played great defense, but again, if you play man under against a quarterback, there's nobody to own him. Clemson doing a good job on the perimeter, getting off blocks, but I like the way Mike's spreading it around. I mean, that's not a great play, but, it's a positive play on first down. Plus, Carson's getting some good karma with his receivers. We got a veteran offensive line there. Truss Ratledge, really good young center. And then on the left side, we'll play 2 guards, Fairchild and Micah Robinson. Morris, and then Truss at left tackle. Here comes Lucky in motion. Good call here. Step it up in there.
No, nowhere to go.
He really missed his block there. He should have stayed outside, but you can see the thickness that this young man has. 22, Robinson, a power lifter in college and high school, and now had a horrific injury last year to his knee, and we're going to have to see how he gets his quickness, but I could see us using Cash Jones in here a little bit, maybe to throw the ball to him.
And there he is, Cash Jones on the field.
Maybe they got Bell with off coverage there, Coach.
We gotta get at least first down here, just like that.
And those to Bell and dropped.
We're gonna have to punt here, I guess.
Yeah.
Clemson's playing us really good. Terrell there is the brother of the guy that played at Clemson that just signed a big contract. They say he's going to be a really good player for him.
Yeah, AJ just had his number retired by his high school, and
He needs to retire a bank too with all the money he's going to put in there. But one factor with our team last year, we didn't have any return yards the whole season, and shouldn't have one here. Hopefully, we can down it. Really good series by Clemson, really making us work. Might have kicked it too far here. I hope not. Get down there. Oh, yeah.
there you go.
Arian Smith, best in the country, covering kicks.
Dylan Bell right there beside him. They're going to have to start on their own 5-yard line.
1 out of every 6 plays is a kick. So, welcome back. Let's talk about these good sponsors we got here.
Yeah. I do want to mention right off the bat, I'm actually having one of the Yingling flights. They're only 2.6 carbs per can, 12-ounce can, only 95 calories. I mean, you just can't beat that. 4.26% alcohol by volume. It is taking them a long time to come up with a flight. Now, we mentioned them last year, and it was brand new then, so you've had time to get used to it. You've had time to try it, and that's what we're asking you to do. If you enjoy the watch-along show, let's show our friends at Yingling that, we appreciate them sponsoring this. So next time you're in the grocery store, you can go get the traditional Yingling lager. You can go get the, all the different ones they make. It is America's oldest brewery, but try the Flight. It is a light beer with not a lot of calories in it, very low carb. If you're doing a low carb diet, you will absolutely love it. I also want to mention our friends at Athens Ford. Coach, this is they were with us from day one. We went out to them, pitched the idea to them, and it takes a minute. They're like, "What do you mean? Well, can you show the game?" No, we can't show the game. People watch it on TV, and then they watch us on their laptop or their cell phone or a tablet. And the folks at Athens Ford are like, "Okay, that's different. That's new," and they put money into it. So, if you want a great used vehicle, you want a brand new vehicle, you want one of the Ford Raptors, you want a F-150, the best-selling truck in America, go to Athens Ford. Don't go to the other Ford dealerships. I know there might be one closer to you if you're watching us in Atlanta, you're watching us in Savannah, you're watching us somewhere else, because you won't get the lifetime powertrain warranty. That is what is special about going to Athens Ford. You go there, and they get you that lifetime powertrain warranty. It's not just on the new cars. It's also on most of their used cars. So you can go online right now, go to athensford.com, check out all their inventory. And basically, if it's anything that's not like a BMW or something like that, but normal car, Toyota, a Ford, GMC, and it basically has less than 80,000 miles on it, it's going to have a lifetime powertrain warranty. It's not just on the Ford. So when I say get that lifetime powertrain warranty, you can get on just about anything. You don't have to go buy a new car from them to get that. Again, not every dealership does it. You only get that at Athens Ford in the local area. So check out our friends at Athens Ford when you get the chance.
I just want to tell everybody I've had a little issue this summer with my vision. So you're going to see me with some different looks here during the game. I'm going to have to wear some sunglasses, but also this patch here. So don't anybody make any fun of me. I'm sucking it up for the Bulldogs today, but it's hard for me to really watch as much as I'd like to. So I'm going to give you all I got.
So on that drive, Beck was 3 of 4 for 13 yards. Coach, they're really attacking the perimeter. The rushes were outside. But Clemson's countered it pretty well. There's that big Phil Moffa running right up the middle. Oh, flag again.
Might be hold here.
Yeah.
Clemson's a little nervous here on the outside. Might have been moving again. I don't know. Boy, Dabo, he say you better buy it. What does he say? He wants to short it?
Yeah. After they beat Notre Dame, he says, if Clemson's a stock, you better buy it right now. Holding. There you go.
I think you refused that,
Kirby.
Kirby.
He did.
We got such a good linebacker core. It's going to be interesting to see how much we play Smile Munden, because those other two guys are just really good. And
playing Smile on the outside is very, very interesting to me.
Yeah. Well, just get your best players on the field.
Yeah, that's true.
Still got Everett into the corner, into the boundary.
Chaz Chambliss on the right side.
Quick pitch. This ought to be.
Yeah, that's a big gainer.
We didn't support that very well at all.
Mm.
I don't know if he gave him a first or not.
3rd and 1, it looks like. They went right to they went into the boundary. Chaz was over there. They looked like they didn't have a whole lot of help, Coach.
Yeah, I got somebody said friend of ours in St. Simon's already on top of this, so all around the country here. I wouldn't be surprised if Klubnik didn't keep
I was
this
going to say,
ball.
just keep it. Well, he's way back. They're going to go to Big Phil. He's good for 1 yard off the right side A gap.
If I needed 1 or 2 yards, I'd always give it to him. He's really good about falling forward.
Yeah. He just dove through there. I mean, he only needed 1. He picked up 3. So
Always critical when you're backed up to get that first down where you don't have to punt out of your end zone. So they overcame, 2nd and 8, made about 6 or 7 on 2nd and 8, and really helped them.
definitely a run here, Coach. Look at this formation.
Could be a fake and boot.
Quick pitch going that same side. It worked for him on that 2nd down. So not quite as effective that time, though. Only 3 yards instead of 7.
C.J. Allen is just Roquan Smith as a young guy. Look at this guy. He's just cut.
So he's got the green dot on. So does that mean he has the headset?
Right. Can't have but one at a time. Looks like we're playing a little bit of with Starks in there at Star.
2nd and 7, 6:40 left in the first.
Oh, there's a hold, but they're not going to call that one.
Just has to throw it away.
Oh.
Coach, when do you start thinking about just the limited number of possessions? Because we're halfway through the first quarter here, and that clock just moves faster in modern college football.
Well, I mean, maybe at the end of the first half, but, you just got to play the game right now and play field position. Brinson's had some trouble with his Achilles, and hopefully he hadn't hurt it again. The first time he probably strained it again, but hopefully it's just a little issue. But certainly the clock is a factor now where they don't stop it on first downs like they used to. And we do have a 2-minute timeout at the end of the half and end of the quarter of the game. But good question. I really think if it continues to go fast, you're going to probably tell your team, we got to make everyone count. But we saw on the last series where Bobo was using the headsets to break the huddle quick and then see what they were in. And he's got 15 seconds to talk, up to 15 seconds to talk to Carson. So sometimes you just call a play and go fast, but maybe we're trying to get too much in there. Maybe we need to just attack them a little quicker.
I want to mention a new sponsor for the watch along. It's our friends at Morrison Dean Law Firm. Now, they do criminal defense. They also do personal injury. And these folks are, at least Jeff Dean out there, is probably the biggest Georgia fan I may have ever spoken to in my life. This guy is sideways for his dogs. I know he's probably in the stadium right now. They're in Dalton, Georgia. And I know when you're driving down the highway and you see like the Morgan & Morgan signs and all these other signs out there, if you have a dog bite, car crash, anything, and you reach out to Morgan & Morgan or some of the people with the giant signs, you're not speaking to that lawyer. You're not going to speak to the actual person who's going to be running your case. But if you reach out to morrisondean.com, you will actually speak with Jeff Dean, or you will speak with the actual people who will be running your case. These folks have won millions of dollars for legitimate cases. They're not going out and telling everybody to sue everybody. And we'll put the link on the site. Just that's morrisanddean.com. There was an 87-year-old Syrian woman who was out cutting dandelions to make dandelion salad. The cops come up to her and start talking to her. She only speaks Arabic. She's a Syrian refugee. And she's holding a knife in a bag with some greens in it. Obviously she's collecting this stuff. They obviously tell her to put everything down. She can't understand them. She gets tasered. Yeah, they tasered an 87-year-old woman. And of course the hooks stick in, and they have to take her clothes to take the thing out. So it's a rough situation. they took care of that case, and there's a lot more like that where they take care of the little guys. So check them out, morrisanddean.com.
Appreciate these guys getting on with us, and it's always good to have local people that can give you that interaction. We'll have to see what the deal with on Brinson. We didn't see whether he got off on his own accord or what, but that will hurt our depth. Now you got a situation with 11 on one edge and 13 on this one, and up at the top, side by side. Now, how are they going to block those two? Got a twist.
Twist. He got pressure.
Great coverage. Didn't make it.
No.
Go for it, Dabo. Go for it.
Huh?
I could see him doing a hard count here. But that's a really good job by Everett.
Yeah.
And you got to feel like he's fired up because he was committed to Clemson, and Coach Venables had him all set. And then Venables took the Oklahoma job, and he was worried about who was going to be the coach. And so he came on to Georgia, and it's really been a big benefit to us.
That they're going to say, hey, that was our guy. So it might get a little chirpy on that sideline when he's over there in the boundary. Fair catch, coach. So no chance for Anthony Evans III to run that one back.
Very confident catch, though. Did you see where
Oh,
he made a quick decision? And just the body language of a young guy that's in his first role. Last year, he got to do a little bit when McConkey was out, but it's always good to see a guy be effective in his role. Not so much returning kicks, but decision making about when to fair catch, when to let the ball go inside the 10, all those things. And Kirby's one of the best in the country at coaching you up on that. We got formation into the boundary here with a lot of power, probably going to put this guy in motion to the field. Keep trying to run just the inside zone. We're not getting a lot of movement on these guys, but what we are going to do is set up a play action because their forcing unit is really coming up pretty quick. So I could see us throwing the ball in behind these linebackers pretty quick.
Explain what you mean by forcing unit.
Well, you got the front group, and then the perimeter people are the linebackers and the one of the safeties. So they're going to support what we call the rat, the guy that's covering the gap that's taken up. Love it in motion.
He's out there by himself.
Got to make a miss. I tell you, Clemson's tackling has been spectacular to this point. We hadn't made anybody miss except the first play. I like the throw there. Clemson is breaking on the ball. I'd like to see a little double move here in a minute, but this is where Carson Beck's been very effective in his career as the quarterback for Georgia. I don't know if something's wrong with Delp or not, but, Lucky's played this whole series.
Cass Jones to Carson Beck's left on 3rd and 4. So each team's going to be a yard shy of the line to gain.
Yeah, that's too bad there. You got to get across the line there, Bill. We're going to punt here. Clemson mixing up that look here. Guy coming in free. That was Barrett Carter, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Big lick there. You can't take many of those.
We all thought this was not going to feel like the 2021 game. Just in terms, we thought they'd be scoring, and so far, both defenses playing really well.
Good tackling.
God, was a great tackling. Yeah.
Here's old Thunderfoot. That ball was up inside the dome.
It took a long time for that to come down. He was surrounded by 6 different Georgia players. So he's another guy that won't have a crazy average. They'll be like, hey, how deep is your punter kicking it? Well, he keeps doing those pooches, and he'll be pointing to the, hey, look how many I've had inside the 20 stat.
Yeah, he's going to be a pro kicker. Just like the guy that he replaced, doing a great job for Tampa Bay. Jake is just unbelievable. You talk to some
Jake
of their
Camarda.
talked to some of their coaches down there. Just a real force, not only punting but kickoff. He can do that, and if you need him, he can place kick. So I think the reality probably has gotten into the Clemson staff. Riley, their coordinator, probably recognizing that we don't have Aguero in the game at this point. So you could probably see him maybe trying to work the inside of the field against our star and our linebacker. By that I mean the strong safety is back there, but you put in another guy instead of another linebacker. You put a fifth defensive back. So is that guy going to be Starks with Bolden in there? Is that going to be Ja'Cory Thomas with Dan Jackson back there? But the whole fall camp, we've been playing with Aguero, who was second team last year, to Tyke Smith. And it's just a little bit of different configuration. But so far we hadn't been hurt with it. But I can tell you this, Malachi Starks, just a tremendous athlete, was a great player in high school over at Jefferson, can cover better than most corners. So I can see why Kirby and Schumann putting him in that position. We also have two new secondary coaches that haven't been involved in the games with Kirby before, and the communication is going to be really important because, they're going to work alongside, but maybe a little bit different now because Aguero's not in the game. So hopefully we don't give up a bust here is all I'm trying to project. I'm trying to be positive, but we can't bust any coverages and give them anything.
Especially as Dayne points out, you've had two series, haven't really moved the ball that much. They're tackling really well. You're gonna have to fight for this. It's a ball game.
I'm surprised we hadn't thrown deep.
Yeah,
but
just been attacking the edges.
But we'll see. We got 0 out of a running game to this point. I could see putting Frazier in there and letting him run a bubble screen or some kind of screen. Anything to.
Yeah, neither offense is clearing it up. Georgia has 20 yards passing, 14 yards rushing. Clemson has 8 yards passing and 15 yards rushing. It's not both teams are 1 for 3 on third down, so it's not a killer situation for either offense. But hey, the defenses are doing it. It does feel like that 2021 game. Need a little pick six here. Let them throw it. But the fact that you have Aguero out, it kind of reminds me last year when you lost Mims. It's like you go with this starter all week long, and then at the last second or early in the game, something changes, and now you're like, got to adjust on the fly. So
right. It's part of it.
It sucks.
I always feel like anybody talks about halftime adjustments. If you make halftime adjustments, you're probably getting your ass beat. You got to adjust as a game because you only got so many chances here.
There you go, Coach. 35-yard reception.
Dalen Everett in coverage.
Beautiful route there. They ran a post corner on the backside here. Watch him run to the post, then back to the corner. Really good coverage. I mean, that's the perfect throw by.
Oh, the ball bobbled though. That ball's moving. Look like.
Challenge it.
Oh, it's under review.
That's why you're out here, Roddy. I've only got one eye on it, so I knew the route. I knew the route, but I couldn't tell the bobble. But let's see how it looks here on replay.
It's sliding. Ooh, that's really close.
They're going to keep that as it's called on the field, I think.
But it seems to me, though, he catches it out of bounds. See how it's sliding? Then he traps it on the ground out. I don't know.
Well, got an ACC refs, more than likely going to be ACC call. I mean, you can't cover much better than that.
No, you're right. It's going to be a catch.
That's why you throw the ball deep. I mean, 50-50 balls. Mm-hmm. They've been messing around trying to – you give them a little juice here.
Quick replay. I like that. Yeah, stands. Not enough evidence to overturn.
Good call, Dayne. You saw that pretty much right off the bat. I just saw that little wobble there. I'm like, that might be enough.
I could see some kind of funky reverse or double pass or trick play right here. You got Georgia on a little bit of a downer, and
that's a hell of a catch too. fingertips. That run's not working for him right there.
Really like the fact that they're letting Harris get in and get some reps too, putting him in at the field corner.
Donnie Wilkerson says, I can't deal with this sloppy start. I'll be back later. So fans are already having to pace around a little bit to deal with the season.
Well, hey, the reality is, I mean, it's football. You're playing against a good team. You got to
Christian Miller in.
be patient.
No, patience is not going to be something most Georgia fans have. They're eager to see points on the board.
Christian Miller had that. He was on that last tackle.
Excellent, small.
Yep.
Coach, you can tell that they're telling Klubnik, get the ball out of your hands. Don't keep it and run around in the pocket. Be decisive.
True. But at the same time, he got those big old boys running at him too. So I think at this point, Clemson's getting way too many third downs.
Yeah.
They can't live with this, but they have flipped the field with that big play there. I could see some kind of underneath crossing route here.
Third and 9. Oh.
First
Well,
down
nice
Tigers.
release there. Hopefully it's holding. We might have had defensive holding too.
Illegal formation.
Clemson, keep on pissing down your legs, boys. Excuse my language. That's just the way you talk about it. You talk about them, hey, critical situations, you get lined up wrong or whatever it might be. But they've had, I think this is their third penalty for – you just don't have enough people on the line here. One of those receivers has got to line up there, he wasn't covered. They only had 6 on the line.
Yeah,
Now, this coverage here is not network, so sometimes we use some language that wouldn't be, but it's not a bad word there. People have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah. It was their third penalty. Georgia declined one of them when they were on the goal
Working
line.
into the boundary, make the tackle.
There you go.
Boy, that's really good. That's
strong.
good young linebacker and Raylan Wilson. You don't even give me a chance to talk, Roddy. You want to?
Look, I only get to help out on the roster. I can't tell you about any of the plays.
Go ahead. You can tell. I was just busting you.
I've been looking
It's
at
a
my
jump ball here to see who can be next in on there, boys. Everybody knows their stuff here. We're going to turn it over to Dayne and Roddy here, and they're going to tell you, and I'm going to give you the commercials.
Well, if people don't like our language, Coach, piss on them.
Right. I could see this guy kicking it just far enough that we might take it to the house.
I think he's going to put it out of the back of the end zone. Ooh, that went sideways.
Shank.
It worked out, though.
Oh, it's barely going to make it in there.
That's the kind of bounce you want there.
Yeah.
That could have bounced outside.
Yeah, exactly. That could have been down at 3 by accident.
Let's see if Georgia takes a page out of their playbook and maybe tries a deep ball, or just put Nate Frazier in there and throw him a screen.
They've been all over those screens.
Yeah, I'm not talking about perimeter screens. I'm talking about drop back, look like we're going to pass it, and then let them rush and dump it off. They definitely been on the bubble screens for sure.
They've been waiting on it. All right, so they're sticking with us. We're not having to go to commercial. That's good. When we do come back, I'm going to talk about our 1606 Persimmon up in Clayton, Georgia. Folks, if you're thinking about getting renting a cabin this fall, we're going to talk about them in the next commercial break.
Coming soon, 15 seconds left here in the first quarter.
We got Urasek in there now. Urasek. He's going deep.
Make
him bish you.
There's one missed tackle.
Did you see Ernest Green over there,
I
Roddy?
did see Ernest Green just pancake a man.
Really smart by Carson there. We were going deep, and okay, that was good. So we're going to take a break here, and good first quarter from the standpoint of not a lot of sloppy play by Georgia, but really not making anything happen either. But we're going to have good second quarter.
All right, so this is what, their third possession? Georgia's not had the ball a whole lot. All right, folks, as that quarter ends, we have a one-time sponsor, and maybe if you guys go and jump on this rental property, they'll do it again. 1606 Persimmon, and that's actually the website address, 1606persimmon.com. It is a private, very cozy, newly renovated, modern-themed cabin. It's about 15 minutes from downtown Clayton on Highway 76. So it's far enough away to get out of all the hustle and bustle and all the noise, but it's a quick drive to Clayton, and you can explore the town and all the great restaurants up there. The folks that renovated this thing did a phenomenal job. It's 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. Will sleep 4 to 6 adults comfortably, up to 10 people. There's also a triple full bunk bed with 3 extra beds and a nook area upstairs for the kids or extra adults to sleep in if they wish.
Maybe we should do the show from there.
You know, I was thinking about it because I was looking under the what they have up there. So, of course, you can do golfing, fishing, hiking, Jeep trail adventures, wineries, Lake Burton, wedding events. But inside the cabin itself, you have an 82-inch big screen TV with DirecTV Stream, Netflix, Hulu, Apple TV, Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, Amazon Video, Amazon Music Unlimited, Bluetooth soundbar, subwoofer, phone chargers in every room, provided toiletries, remote-controlled lights, fans, and a smart lock so you don't have to go back and get the keys. So huge front porch and a back deck area. Enjoy the sounds of the Tallulah River at night while having a glass of wine. I'm just saying, 1606 Persimmon. Go to the website, make your reservations, look at the photos. It's an amazing place to be up there. This isn't a situation where you have to go through Airbnb and stuff like that. You contact the admin directly. That saves you a lot of money. They can book it cheaper by doing it themselves. You actually talk to the folks who redid the whole thing. You can check out their if you want to go through Evolve or be in Airbnb or VRBO, Booking.com, you can. It's on their contact page under the booking, but you can contact them directly and save yourself some money. So if you just look at it, 1606 Persimmon in Clayton, Georgia, I guarantee you will absolutely love it. I mean, looking at the pictures of it is phenomenal. So, and if a bunch of people go and rent it, for a weekend, maybe they will sponsor more of our shows. But we're bringing it to you on this weekend because it's, still August. But if you want it for September, October, November, December, you want a good Christmas getaway or something like that, check out 1606 Persimmon. Go ahead and get on it now so that let's say you have a weekend that you're free, you and the kids are free, you can jump on it. We could mention it later in the year, but I want to mention it right off the bat because this is important for you to get your bookings in. All right, we got Dabo on the.
One thing about it, if you ask Dabo a question, he'll take you to the next commercial.
And Kirby's going to give you like four-word answers. I love it.
Good chance for a waste play here.
Nate Frazier in. Whoop. Okay, 3 yards for number 3.
Big first down there because we've kind of been struggling a little bit and just got to get into a rhythm. Play calling is a lot about knowing your team, but filling out the other team, but confidence and thinking about how a play is going to work instead of how it's not going to work. You know what I mean? So when you're in a tight game, sometimes you get to a situation where you maybe a little bit protecting the players. We got Cash going out to a wide receiver here.
Look at him out there at the Z.
Nice.
Again, they don't miss, Coach.
Was that ball thrown a little low, or is that intended?
No, I think he was a little low, but I think the receiver was maybe oversplit. But we'll take it first down. There's our motivational coach, our psychology coach, and our strength coach. But we got them all. Congratulations to Collier and Ryan. Collier's they just had a new baby, our nutritionist, and Ryan's one of our trainers. So she's probably watching at home, and I know she's worried about how the boys had their pregame meal, but she was in charge of it, watching them from
Colby
afar.
Young and Dom.
There you go. There you go.
There's Dom Lovett. And nobody on him.
Put the ball in your outside arm.
Yeah, there's a coach. He ain't even done running yet. Coach is right. Get the. Hey, you're right. Outside arm. 3 points of contact.
Very good job here. Get the ball to your playmakers a little bit.
Look at Urisic pick up this block.
Yeah, glad to see putting Freeling in, getting some work, right tackle. Keep working that underneath stuff and get the ball to your guys and let them run with it.
There goes Cash again.
We're going to an empty formation here.
All right, look, they're playing so far off, Cash.
You caught it, Roddy.
There goes Christian McCafferty Jr. People are saying, God, what are we going to have to do with running back with Cash Jones? This guy's the player now.
Yeah.
I mean, you've seen all of our guys today get tackled in the open field every time. And this is his first opportunity, and he makes a miss, a 9-yard pickup.
Yep.
He's money in the bank. That's why his name's Cash.
Look, they were so far off Urisic too. Urisic, however you say it.
You can say, Mike, he can't wait to call this. It might be going deep here.
Yeah. Carson Beck walks up to the line. He's like, well, I don't know what we were going to throw, but we're about to throw this. So that was a great play.
Well, you got to think that secondary-wise, they're coming in with the thought process of not giving up anything and let's tackle. But at the same time, we hadn't to this point established much of a running game, so they're not counting on these guys to help them out as far as run support. You know what I'm saying? Their front group is doing a pretty good job on it. But I like this series and the fact that we've run a lot of underneath stuff. At first pass to Branson Robinson, the crossing route to Lovett, then this one to Cash Jones. And what happened there, just real philosophy, is we lined up in what we call 11 personnel, which is one back, 3 receivers, and 1 tight end. And usually when you go to a wide formation with 5 receivers, you have an extra receiver in the game, and they make a check to that.
Right.
Because they're going to play no thought of the run. But when he lines up in the backfield in 11 personnel, there's the calls based on 11 with the idea that it might be a run or a pass. Right. But once he shifts out, like we used to see Cook do, like we saw Swift do, some of those guys.
Kenny McIntosh.
Yeah, then what happens is they're going to usually have a check and maybe just one. But if you can figure out what that check is after you do it a couple of times, then your next call is going to attack that pretty aggressively. So Mike's kind of messing with them there, lining up in 11 and shifting out. Conversely, if they have that check, you can line up in that all the way and then shift back to 11 and then run the ball against that secondary check. So that's about all I got on that, but that's the way you look at it, is use your formations to make the defense adjust. And you got we'll talk about it real quick, just in case people don't know. The pros have the helmet situation where the coordinator on offense or defense can communicate to the quarterback up until 15 seconds on the play clock. So let's just say I'm Mike Bobo talking to Carson Beck. I'm going to say, hey, we're going to run Ohio Red, which is an inside zone with maybe a RPO behind it. And then he's walking to the line. He said, okay, we probably need to get out of that. And he's still got a few seconds. But if they snap the ball, you can't keep talking to them before 15 seconds. You see what I mean? So if it's 20 seconds and they snap it, you can't be talking to them while they're running the play. The other problem here is we've got some defensive players that are maybe not linebackers but safeties. They're on the kicking teams too. You can't have 2 green lights out there at the same time. So some of these kids have to have 2 helmets. So when they're a punt return or punt kickoff, anything like that, they switch helmets so you don't have 2 green lights out there at the same time.
I would never have thought of that. That's a great point.
This guy here's got a green light too now. He's over there.
Hairy dog.
It's just amazing how these young kids relate to that guy. I mean, it's awesome.
All right.
I can see us run some kind of sweep into the boundary here. They don't have enough people.
You got numbers over there.
He's
And-
going to run it right to the right there.
Yeah, just hand it to him and go. Oh,
Or-
wow, that was different.
Little RPO.
There's a little RPO to Kobe Young. I've been worried about Kobe because he's had a little pull, but this shows you a really good quarterback taking what they give you. I mean, they're ready to stop the run. This guy's playing off Kobe, and get him a good catch there. That's his first reception as a Georgia Bulldog. He gives you a good red zone presence. We're kind of got a good rhythm here now. Let's just don't stop ourselves.
He's got a great last name.
I think somebody needs there in the stadium to find out if Delp's hurt. He hasn't been in the game lately.
Oof. Let me check around and see what I can find out.
Wade Woodaz with good pursuit for Clemson there.
I think we need to maybe go north and south a little bit. Our east-west running game looks like Roddy's trying to run it out there.
Hey, come on now. Give me.
I do appreciate the fact you've been working out in the heat and everything. You've done a good job of that.
Yeah, that's a.
Is that Delp now at 4 back in there?
Nope.
There's a dang guy from Stanford, supposed to be smart, coming in here transfer with a 3.5 and jumps offside.
I'm gonna make fun of him.
Welcome to the big. He didn't realize he's in Eastern Standard Time. He was still. Hey, congratulations to Juan Daniels, one of my players. His son's quarterback for Stanford had a good game last night. They didn't beat TCU, but Ashton Daniels, what a great job he's doing at quarterback for the Stanford team.
See, Tymo Mitchell had an interception for TCU.
Must have been a tip ball.
Had to be, but still, I'm happy for him.
There you go.
Woo, there's Big Dylan Belt.
That guy is that guy right there. He catches every ball like he doesn't think he's going to get another one because sometimes he doesn't.
Oh yeah. Wow. Hey, that was great coverage. I'll give 20 credit there. That was how much closer can you be to him?
He was on him, but he didn't make the tackle.
Nope.
All right, this red zone. We've been working hard on this now. This is fortunately we're not inside the 10 here. I hate
Where's
that
Colby? Okay, here comes Colby to the bottom.
I can see him going deep to him.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You're right. They went to him.
I like him over the middle, though. The guy's 6'3". Good throw. We need a touchdown here.
Yep.
I mean, what a great call by me. We need a touchdown. But
Yeah, if I would have said that, Coach.
when I was in Little League,
Anything obvious you want to mention?
when I was in Little League football, we had those little girl cheerleaders. They said, touchdown, 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 boys. You make the touchdown, we make the noise.
A little high pass there.
There we go. Come on, Lawson.
Boom.
Very good call by Mike here. I mean, that's just like a running play,
Yeah.
but you don't have to knock everybody out. This guy here, again, I'm bragging on my boys here. We talked about Juan Daniels, Mike Lucky, one of the triplets, along with his two brothers. That's his son. He was a good player for me, and Lawson's didn't get to play a lot last year, was injured during the fall camp, but he's going to be a big part of it. I can see Cash out of the backfield on some kind of crossing route here.
2x2. They're giving a lot of room at the top.
They covered Cash, and they got to Beck.
Smart play there by
That was.
Beck, not taking a sack. But, again, we're getting beat up front a little bit here. You can get tighter coverage inside the 20, and let's see what they did. A little stun inside. And
Well, 17 who was playing in, chasing after Cash.
it really wasn't that much the rush. It's just the coverage. I mean, they forced him up inside. But, all right, Peyton, 3 points look big right now. You know, this is like 5 straight quarters that neither team scored a touchdown in it.
Yeah.
We had an interception touchdown, but I'm talking about offensive teams, right?
Correct. I mean, it was the only touchdown in that game was Chris
Smith.
Smith's pick six. So, yeah. mentioned Peter Woods, number 11, when we're talking Tuesday, saying, we're different position guys, mainly because that was a defensive player that Georgia was really after.
Where's he from?
I think he's from Texas.
Yeah. Over the years, Clemson, if you just go back to all these guys, Clemson's had some really good D linemen, and they had a D-line coach that went with Venables out to Oklahoma that's doing a great job out there recruiting, and I'm sure that the new D-line coach is doing good for Clemson. But definitely, you talk about programs around the country and what you identify, like Georgia's got secondary and linebacker, and we got good front, but you always think about Clemson's D-line. I mean, just some massive guys. I mean, plus they can run. And Clemson was in the top 15 in defense last year, and looks like they're going to be again this year.
Yeah. Want to mention our friends at My Better Life Science. Now, we mentioned last year the allergy kits that you can get. You go to My Better Life Science, you get the allergy kits into you, they test it out, or you hit the little pinprick thing, you put some blood into it, you send it to them. They send you back a very detailed report of what you need, all of your allergies, what you're allergic to. Even it's not just allergic; it's are you sensitive to this? How sensitive are you? And they have 200 plus different items, and then they tell you on each one of them what your sensitivity is. They have a couple other tests that we need to talk about. One is an STD test. So let's say you may have an STD or you're worried about it. You can get that checked out as well. But the one I really want to mention is because there were I got bit the other day by a tick on my finger, and that thing did not heal for 5 weeks. It was early summer. I went on vacation, came back. That little spot was still there forever. I think we got a commercial for them we can run.
Filibuster for about 10 seconds for me here.
Anyway.
Yeah, I want to mention Alan Brock and his family. Been great supporters of the Georgia program and have done everything we've ever asked to help us with this. But Alan just got recognized up there in the McGill Lounge at the stadium. They're going to have the Alan Brock call it named after him. So great Georgia supporter, and that's really good that he was named that.
You can check them out on Facebook. They have a page there, Better Life Science, and all the different tests and things on there. Definitely, the HPV test, the common STD, the oral HPV test. It's called STD Hero. So you got to check them out when you get a chance. And again, you don't want to go someplace.
You got the privacy involved.
Exactly.
It's just, I'm sure you hadn't had many tests like that, Roddy, and I haven't either. But I haven't had any really. I've had the allergy test, but not the STD. But
not this week. But I wish I'd had that Lyme disease test because I was wondering like crazy. I'm like, what the hell's going on with this stupid tick
we should have had you on that one.
I got to get.
Let's see if he knocks it out of the end zone again. He might have kicked it out of bounds. Hopefully not. All right, good. We were worried about how Peyton was going to react to being just the kickoff guy, along with but so far he's been outstanding. I mean, I was worried about it because a lot of extra kicking. You know what I mean? We got Mac Brown, Kirby Smart, and Dabo Swinney. I think is the answer to that, isn't it?
Who are the 3 ex-VSB head coaches to win the national championship?
This is Jeopardy, man. You got to answer quick.
I wasn't even reading that. I was looking at the food sensitivity test for Better Life Science.
You got to hit your buzzer. No. Yeah. I can see Clemson keep going back some deep balls here. I mean,
yeah,
they were ready for that shift.
They were. They didn't even flinch. Christian Miller with the backside pursuits. Smile Munden with a tackle. Now I'm glad.
Was that Smile or 3?
Oh, I'm sorry. That was C.J. Allen.
I mean, I got one eye, man.
I thought I saw it too. I haven't seen Nazir back in yet either.
You mean Brinson?
I mean, yeah, Warren Brinson. I'm going to get these names down by the end of the season at some point.
How many of those Yinglings you had so far?
It's been a few. This portion of the show brought to you by Yingling.
We got Jackson in up there at the top.
Look at Jalen Walker in that zero technique, coach. He was lined up over the center.
This guy's going to have a big year. Michael Williams started off with a little penalty, but I'm just telling you, this guy's going to have a Jalen Walker type year. I mean, excuse me, the one
Trayvon Walker.
Trayvon Walker. There we go. That's why you watch our show.
Yeah, you're right. Kirby Smart, Dabo Swinney, Mac Brown.
Kirby and Dabo got 2. Mac's got 1. Texas. I was glad to see Mac win the other night. I hated to see Max Johnson get that injury. Talked to his dad a little bit on text, and they've had to stay up in Minneapolis to have some surgery there because they didn't want him on the plane. But just too bad. Max has worked so hard, and watched him grow up over here and play at Oconee, and never has had a good supporting cast to play with him. But hopefully he can get back to play one more year. His brother Jake's playing over there at North Carolina too.
Clemson takes a timeout looking at 3rd and 13, Coach.
Yeah, I like the way we've been talking about Clemson's tackling, but our tackling's been sharp, and really they've had one play. They had one where they called back penalty, but the one big play is all we've given up, and you can see our defense is focused on personnel. We've alternated a little bit at corner with Humphrey and Harris up there at safety. We've played all those safeties, and they're all kind of getting their feet wet. And as the game goes on, they'll probably, focus in on a couple coverages where, you can get your best people in those situations. By that I mean 1st and 10, they could do anything, you know what I mean? So you got to be pretty normal personnel. But once you get to longer situations, and maybe a guy that doesn't tackle as good, you can maybe put him in the cover and not worry about it. And because essentially in this game, to me, as long as we don't give up any big plays, I think they're going to have a hard time marching the ball on us.
Yeah, I think when you were talking about the offense and what Mike Bobo was doing, that to me, folks, if you didn't catch it, go back and listen to that after this show's over, because I'm looking at the live reactions, and people are kind of not complaining about the offense, but why are these little dink and dunk passes? Why where's the bombs? Where's the stuff? And I'm like, you don't think that Mike Bobo knows that he can throw deep to Arian Smith? There's more to it. So the way you explained the offense, and now that defensive explanation, those are fantastic. Folks, that's why you tune in here. And
I think defending any coach is you've got to react a little bit to the situation there, because if all of a sudden, let's just think about, if you do throw the ball deep on 1st down and don't complete it, then it's hard to manufacture a 1st down with 2 plays. And in this game, we weren't really getting a lot of 1st downs, so that's why. But now we got some rhythm. I think we're probably going to be able to take some shots because we know what can hurt them if we need to fall back on it if we hadn't made a long throw, okay? So I could see maybe a little bit more of that. But the thing we got to get, though, is some kind of running game. At this point,
12 yards,
we've 10 of them were Beck, too, wasn't it? He's a leading rusher for us.
Late second quarter, Vanderbilt 17, Virginia Tech 0.
Well, that game started 11, and Virginia Tech thought it started at 12. Hey, I'm happy for him. Vandy, I mean, that's a tough place to play.
Wow, he's got stopped him on. They needed 3rd and 12. They got 3rd and 11.
I could see him trying to go for this.
He's looking at it. He's thinking it.
Very good tackle there.
Yep. They're on the 34.
The Riley people, his brothers, Lincoln Riley, they like to fake up in there and throw the ball in the flat to a guy.
Yeah.
I could see him doing that.
Malachi's out there on him.
They're going to probably try to get a hard count there, too.
Called timeout.
That was it.
Yeah.
Terrible by the coaches there.
You got to sell that a lot harder.
No, I mean, you got to get the play in there quicker, Coach. You can't run a hard count when you don't get the play in.
That's my point. You know, you feel like, hey, we had this all right off the bat. You're struggling to get lined up. We're ready to go and get this 4th and 1, and then you take forever. You get up there.
I guarantee you're gonna punt. I would kiss your ass under every red light in Raleigh if he didn't punt this one.
No,
You do what?
I mean, no kiss.
that's how you get that STD kit. So you reach out to My Better Life Science and check them out.
You know, the thing that's bad about that to me also is, regardless of why it happened, you don't need to be chewing your quarterback out in front of your whole team over on the sideline.
Yeah.
But, you know, he's doing what he needs to do as a coach. But let's see if he kicks it over to the right again.
Yep. He kicked it to the right, just like you said.
Good decision there.
Yeah.
We're getting some good bounces. Now, Georgia, let's think ahead a little bit. If we can manufacture something here, we got the kickoff start the second half. We can put some real distance between us here.
Coach, you got the laughs with that one. People love your kissing of the ass in Raleigh.
Well, that's where I used to live, and that's what we used to say when we knew somebody's going to have a hard time doing something, that there's no way they're going to do that. We got Delp okay. And we got Freeling in at left tackle now. Let's see what happens here. Giving Green a – let's don't let him get beat. Move up a little bit, some out here. Move up there, Lucky.
Boy, they've all moved over to his side, too, trying to take on that wedge.
He's going to go deep here.
Play fake. Got it.
Lawson
Lucky.
Have y'all ever heard of him before? Have we talked about him?
I don't think we have. Let me look him up on my list here.
I mean, that was really nice little rhythm throw there.
That was.
This kid needs some of that. We got Bell at the top and Smith down here. I don't know if our back knows what to do here.
Yeah. They read that. Peter Woods got him.
Jeez, that's ugly play right there. I mean, that was just ugly.
Yeah. Oof.
Well, you know what hurt him a little bit? He wasn't indecisive on where to line up.
Yeah.
If you're going to throw that, you need to line up wider. You got no range there. He's lined
right
up over
beside
the
him.
guard. That's what Kirby's telling me.
Like, at least get out there that off your tackle.
The things that really hurt you: lost yardage plays, penalties, missed assignments. That really helps Clemson there. We're going to run a double play down here. One of these guys is going to run a boundary route. Oh, get in front of him is a touchdown. He still should have caught it.
Yeah.
All you receivers that running crossing routes, don't keep running through the ball. Turn and stop and catch it. Don't, that was tough.
Yeah.
You got to get both hands on it. There's a difference between culture and agriculture there. I mean, that's a maybe touchdown. I could see us running a draw or screen here and try to get a field goal.
Third down, cash in the game.
Notice we got Green back in to protect on this one.
Cash in the open field.
Oh. Again, they tackled. London Humphrey's trying to block downfield.
Yeah, we'll let him have. I mean, still, he got a chance for field goal here. $55 yards.
Yep.
Reminder, Carson Beck is the holder.
Let's be mindful of sometimes the guy takes a little long to get it. Let's watch the center's hands move. And when the center's hands move, he needs to start moving. You can't wait till the ball gets down here. Let's see if he starts.
From the left hash.
Oh, geez.
He snuck it in there.
He did. That looked like Dayne with a 9-iron.
I like the way he.
I don't know if I can hit a 9-iron 55.
I like the way he. Very good hole there.
I didn't think that made it at first, and then
I thought we were going to get a doink.
Yeah.
You know, that's the difference between last year against Alabama. The ball hit the goalpost, and this one. You notice that ball looks like Newt Rockney's.
Yeah.
the kickers like those softballs,
Yep.
the ones that have been used, and you put those in the game for them. But nice little deal there. I mean,
That's a hell of a kick.
so Kevin Butler, going back to that kick against Clemson, my buddy Paul was the deep snapper in that one. That's what his claim to fame is. Paul Messer was a snapper. Kevin Butler, Hall of Fame kicker, great job, good man. There's old Kevin.
There he is. What somebody pointed out to me years ago on that kick, he looked effortless the way he did it, and it was so high when it went through the uprights. Like, damn, that thing would have been good from 65 or 70. He killed it.
Yeah, you just
He's amazing.
Kevin thinks he's gonna have a drink on that one.
He's about to get a text. Hey, you're on TV.
Our kicking game is showing out today. Something we talked about early, but Clemson's still in this game. I mean, they just
One touchdown, they got the lead.
Hey, let's take 15 seconds for our friends from Yingling Flight.
Flight by Yingling is raising the bar by crafting the next generation of light beer. With only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Flight by Yingling. Raise the bar.
And we're back. Klubnik's on the field.
All right. This part of the Watch Along show is brought to you by Flight by Yingling, a crisp, refreshing light beer with only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories.
still got its star.
Yep. Oh, and there's Moffitt finally getting a head of steam.
They got some movement there.
They'll take that every day.
We got 3 timeouts left. If we could just make them punt here and get into a 2-minute offense and get either 3 or 7, but at this point, this is what Clemson's living for. By that I mean down the distance.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You want 2nd and 3? The playbook is wide open now.
Just don't miss the play looking at Matt Luke.
Interception. Oof.
KJ. We got 3 guys on our defense that were listed as the number 1 player in the country at their position. KJ Bolden, number 4. Number 1, Ellis Robinson, who you haven't seen unless he's been in special teams, a really good young corner, and 18 Cole, an inside linebacker. And when you be a freshman in college and come out and be in the right position like he was right here, playing the ball, very good coverage down here by Humphrey too. This is the biggest play in the ball game right now at this point because of the time, down and distance. I could see him running a quarterback keep here maybe, or a quick pitch into the boundary.
It's a smart play. You got 2nd and 3 just to go deep.
Just went 1-on-1.
Oh yeah, Humphreys. Come on.
Flag is thrown. They're going to call pass interference.
Either they got to call holding here. If it wasn't interference, I didn't think.
I thought that was fantastic coverage from what we could see.
No foul.
Picked it up. How about those ACC refs?
Where were they in 1998?
Oh, yeah, that's nothing. If anything, it's a push-off.
We talked about – let's talk about Kirby and his defense. We lost 3 guys to the NFL.
Yeah.
All 3 guys are going to make NFL teams. Certainly, they're not going to go for it here. You had Tyke Smith, both corners, Laster, and then Bullard, the safety. And we had to replace all these guys. But it looked like a veteran defense back there, don't we, so far, right?
Yeah, I mean, they only had the one long pass. And, I mean, Daylen Everett was draped all over the guy. He made a fingertip catch falling out of bounds.
We need this guy to do a choke punt here.
No, hey, just snap it over his head.
No, just choke into the boundary.
Oh, that
This is
knuckleball.
returnable. This is returnable. All right,
Yeah.
This is exactly like you draw it up. This is what we've been practicing all summer. You got 3 minutes, 3 timeouts. Kirby's not mad at the defense. He's going to let you go with a 2-minute offense. sometimes he'll say just run the clock out because you weren't able to do anything. But we got Micah Morrison at left guard. Going to see a plethora of underneath throws here, I think. He's got the advantage here. Quarterback coach is still talking to him.
Yep.
He's telling him everything right here. Blah, 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 blah. History.
Now it cuts off, and they snap the ball 3 seconds after he stops talking to him. Hand it go to Frazier.
Nice, nice. Get up there. Let's go.
Hey, Frazier running behind who's that?
Truss and Ratledge and Fairchild.
Yep.
You don't have a real sense of urgency here, but you need to make that first down in case you have to punt and give Clemson another one. But you don't see us running a hurry up as far as just snapping the ball quickly.
Georgia has 3 timeouts. Clemson already used all of its.
Wow, I didn't realize
Quick
that. I
pitch.
thought they had one left,
Quick
but you're
pitch. Oh, yeah. Look at that quickness. Now get up there. Get up there.
right.
The other thing we got is a 2-minute timeout, which gives you actually 4.
I forgot about that, yeah.
You got 4. But right here, I think
Well, they run a play before the first 2-minute timeout of the season.
exactly we
Well,
will.
look at this. Look at nice block by Oscar Delp.
Yeah, help a little influence block.
Yeah, a little shoulder into the chest just to make it tougher to see.
Good
there
job
for
on
free
the
play.
snap count.
Free play.
Carson knows it, lets it rip.
It's okay. I like it. We're playing with some pretty good poise at this point.
2 minutes left on the clock.
Frazier shows you a little giddy up, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. I like the commenters. The commentator said, "Hey, tough guy to overthrow, but he still managed to do it. He flies."
That does take us to the 2-minute timeout. Georgia will come out of that with 3 timeouts, right around half the field to go. 55 yards to go. While they take a break, Roddy, I could go with tickbitehero.com.
Yeah, show people that because I think that is a smart thing for people that live around here to have. Again, personal experience. So I wish I'd been able to be tested for that.
Recently bitten by a tick? You need to act fast. Ticks can carry Lyme disease, and fast early detection is the best way for you to stop the progression of Lyme disease. Go to tickbitehero.com right now. Tick Bite Hero's simple at-home test lets you find out quickly and easily if you were bitten by an infected tick, so you can take action right away. If left untreated, Lyme disease can spread to the joints, heart, and nervous system, causing significant damage. So don't wait. Go to tickbitehero.com right now to get your fast and easy at-home Lyme disease detection test shipped directly to your front door. Getting in to see a doctor can take days or even weeks and can cost hundreds of dollars. Don't wait. TickBiteHero.com's at-home test is a medical-grade PCR test that's fast, easy, and painless. So go to TickBiteHero.com right now. Don't be one of nearly 500,000 Americans who will be diagnosed with Lyme disease this year. Go to TickBiteHero.com or scan the QR code now. That's TickBiteHero.com. Scan the code or go to TickBiteHero.com.
So again, if you have a tick bite and you tick bite and you want to know if you're going to have any worse issues, go ahead and grab that test. Very important to have. And again, I also recommend the food allergy one, especially if you have children. If you have kids and you haven't tested them for all the different food allergies, you're missing out on a very important thing because that is a company that
You can do it at your own house. We've got one.
Yeah.
I mean, just a very
You don't have to
effective.
go anywhere. So you
And
can save your kid's life.
The thing about Allen, and certainly we're going to talk to Josh Millard the second half about some things he does for Georgia, but these are all these people that help us out, help you get all this equipment. These are Georgia Bulldogs. Support your local dogs. I mean, he does so much for the state. COVID testing when he was one of the first guys to do it, and just gives bukus of money to the athletic department and the university. And the other thing is he's a really good supporter of high school athletics, particularly Milton. I know Tim Lester, the guy that played for the Pittsburgh Steelers, passed away a couple years ago. He's got 2 young sons playing, and Alan kind of really, helps out with the family, and he just loves that school, and has a real. He was involved with Daniel Calhoun, who we recruited, and is going to be playing guard or tackle for us. So, just he definitely supports Georgia every way he can, and you're going to protect your family by taking these tests. That's for sure.
Yeah, I was thinking, like I said, Morrison Dean, Jeff Dean, giant fan.
Exactly.
He mentions like 6 different people in his family that have degrees from Georgia. Oh, they're also licensed in Tennessee, by the way. So if you are in the Chattanooga area, they can also represent you.
That's good.
So Georgia or Tennessee, and they will go anywhere in the state. So they'll come down to Brunswick. They were in Bainbridge not too long ago. So, all right.
I could see us hitting Frazier on some kind of little dink. 1st and 5, I love it.
I like that pull.
Smart play. Oh yeah.
Wow.
Go on, tail lights. Show them.
Dylan Bell down to the 12.
That's just a big time. I hope we didn't have a guy
flag.
downfield.
Oh, yeah, there's flags everywhere.
Got to be. We got guys downfield.
Beautiful recognition by Carson Beck anyway, though, because what he wanted wasn't there.
Wait, pass interference?
Maybe I credited the ACC refs too quickly.
Yeah. On Arian Smith.
Well, here's what happened. He was
I didn't-
blocking for a screen,
Oh, okay.
and then he ends up. The guy goes down the field, so you can't call that on. I mean, he did what he's supposed to do.
Okay.
See, he's blocking. He thinks the guy's gonna catch a screen. See what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, he's doing what he's supposed to. Bad penalty for us as far as being backed up, though.
Yeah.
Still got 3 downs here, but
1st and 20.
It's a good thing about a broken play to have a quarterback that can ad-lib it, but your players are coached to block the play. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Oh, yeah.
they're still giving us something over the middle if we'll take it.
So Nate for 6 yards into an 8-man box.
Kirby might be saying, take your time here. I mean, we're up 6-0. We know we got the ball.
Yeah, and I don't see any sense of urgency.
Double move.
Yeah.
We get a first down here, we'll be rolling up there fast. But look at old Nate Frazier counting out that defense.
Oof.
Carson Beck escapes trouble.
Interference.
Wow, it tackled him.
This last minute,
wait,
seeing
this-
a lot of the refs.
Could have
Yeah.
offensive holding there.
Yeah.
They're going to take the play. Truss.
I saw Truss getting into it with one of the defensive linemen down the field a little earlier. I kind of called him out. I'm like, what are you doing?
I'll remind our viewers at halftime we take a bit of a break ourselves. I'll throw up
What?
a stat sheet here.
I didn't think that's all.
That is not.
More than likely, this is going to be a run here and just run the clock out. I mean, you got the game 6-0. You get the ball again. You don't want to punt it. This might be a draw.
Yep.
You call that one.
Can run it down to 9 seconds.
Yeah, that's good management, but our own ineffectiveness there of broken plays screwed us up a little bit. But good clock management by Bobo and Kirby here. Except got to punt it.
Yeah, that's 2 penalties that just kill your chances there.
I would say the one was a bad call, but the other one,
Yeah.
there's nothing you can do about the one on Arian.
No. I mean, I'm just bad luck.
What you got to do here is call timeout with 5 seconds. He's going to call timeout just to get the kicking team set. If I'm Clemson right here, I don't put anybody back to catch this ball.
I bring them all.
I'd just bring the house.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Klubnik's got to be thinking, I've been waiting all year for this, and this is what I did. I mean, he's either going to come back really strong second half or it's going to be eating on his mind. Rogers Redding, I hate to hear that he passed away. Really good official, worked for the league as the head of supervisors. A lot of respect for Rogers Redding. Now, some of these guys I don't respect quite as much.
I say not all of his charges,
but you know, all of them have a tough job. But this guy really loved his job and was very effective as a referee and as a supervisor official. Easily approachable during the games, and would explain to you. We got Fairchild and Bobo back here as part of the Shield.
That's going to be 1 second for a kneel down. Quickly, just some stats from this first half.
What
Carson
about that
Beck,
punt?
15 of 19 for 126 yards. Georgia's leading rusher, Nate Frazier, 4 carries for 20 yards. Dylan Bell, leading catcher, 4 catches for 32 yards.
I do like that Redding was always very good at explaining. They'd have him on the, sometimes in the press, and he would explain the calls. Like, everyone thought this call should have been this way or something like that, and he did a good job of saying, no, here's what the rule book states, and here's why it matters. So,
Clemson 76 yards in this first half. Georgia 160. Georgia 8 first downs. Clemson with 2. Both teams 1 of 6 on third down.
both of them 1 of 6. That's insane.
Georgia's run 10 more plays than Clemson has had the ball about 5 minutes longer. This has been a defensive game, and Georgia's hit a couple of kicks.
Now, I was of the impression, a lot of other people too, that like the offense would be carrying the defense, but not so much.
Wants them to run the ball. Find a way to run the ball.
Now he's going to have to talk to DJ Shockley, same answers. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with the first half, just from the standpoint of defensively. And we can talk about what we didn't do on offense, but to take a guy out of your defensive secondary like Jonell Aguera and play the different groupings like that and only give up effectively one play in the whole first half. Tremendous coaching by Schumann and the staff. It's obvious we got a quickness advantage on them as far as breaking on the ball on our offense versus their defense. I mean, their defense versus, our defense versus their offense. But Clemson's been very effective at tackling in the open field. We just got to establish a little bit of running game so we can hit some play action. Because show passes, it's easy to defend. By that, when you just get the ball and back up, then you can play the ball in the air. So you saw that one big play that we had with Bell. If we can just maybe make a couple more of those, we're in good control here. This first 4 minutes of second half is going to be huge.
The third down conversion, both teams just kind of blowing my mind with the both of them going 1 and 6. But again, it's hard to make a third down conversion. Yeah. But I thought it was good.
Look at it like this though, most every one of them was over 10 yards. Yeah, there weren't many short.
That's true.
Go ahead.
All right, folks. We're going to take a quick break. We will be back. You can just leave it on. If you're on YouTube, just leave it on this channel. If you're on Facebook, you can leave it on there that page as well. And we will be back right before the start of the the second half.
Hell, we're getting ready to play.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Georgia Watch Along Show. The second half is about to kick off. We got some Euro pie in our stomachs. We're ready to go.
Here's something we need to watch for. This guy's really good at kicking the ball out of the end zone. Hopefully he won't do it here and we get a kickoff return.
Ooh, right on the number. Yep.
Roddy, how many flights is that for you?
That's a few, maybe 4.
I mean, I know it's a noon kick,
We need
so
to get a total on it.
Hey,
So here's what I can see from Georgia the second half. Maybe a little more misdirection. Maybe a little more counter gap type schemes. And try to, get ahead of the sticks maybe a little bit on first down because we've been behind the scenes. But I can see that and maybe just a flat-out reverse.
how do you get the running game going, Coach?
You just got to put Nate Frazier in there.
That's going to be my suggestion.
This could be a counter right here. This could be a counter off left tackle.
They got him in there.
Going to the play that started the game for him.
Arian Smith.
8 yards. Hey.
It's like, hey, that worked before.
They were like, there's no way they just do it again.
Hey, what we just say, though,
You did. That's exactly what you said, Coach. I love it.
no, I don't want to toot my own horn, but
I'll
I
toot it for you.
like the fact that we got a waste down here, but more than likely we're not going to waste this one. We're going to just get a first down. Or we could fake the quick pitch and try to hit the Y on the wheel.
Need to
Mike's
write
got a little dip in there.
that one of them wintergreen Zins.
Take the boy out of South Georgia.
Oh, my goodness. What was that, Coach?
That wasn't why, but it was why not?
Fake. There's the fake, and then hit the guy.
There's the wheel. Just listen to the old coach. Now it's reverse. I like Nate Frazier in there.
Yeah, he started that.
How about
uh,
Arian
second-
Smith starting out the second half like a yard dog?
2 touches, and he's moving down the field.
This could be something to delp.
1st and 10.
Everything's to the field side.
Oh, you got to make that catch. Love it.
Tight coverage from Clemson. Georgia took the shot. It feels like a more aggressive offense right now than we saw in the first half.
Well, you got good field position, too. Guy's holding on to his jersey. Not going to call that, though.
That's bad.
Better be careful about bragging. They're going to come back to your ass.
Kermit's like, do you see the damn screen? He probably dropped an F-bomb in there, too.
It's time to bell.
It's touchdown. It's touchdown. Touchdown.
Out at the 5.
Um,
Just run all the sweeps in the world to every receiver and skill guy you got.
Just mind-boggling that it looks like 2 different teams. This is why everyone comes out and says, oh, there were all these halftime adjustments.
Lawson Lucky out there making.
Oh,
the
my
adjustment.
God.
That's just me and you, buddy.
Folks,
I hate this right here, 9.5.
yes, you do. You talk about this all the time.
Is this Colby Young territory?
I think you run the ball here into the boundary.
Arian.
Nate Frazier
They got
touchdown.
all the people there.
Got about 2 out of it.
One of these days, Carson's going to keep the ball on that, and there's not going to be anybody between him and the aquarium.
He is going to be able to moonwalk back into on that far side.
Shows a lot of confidence putting old Frazier out there like they did. But really good job by Mike. I like 8 on 10 up there though.
I'm about to say, look up top.
Could be the fade.
Low.
Yo-yo.
Yep.
Yo-yo.
Looking the whole time.
Give me Mr. Touchdown. Hey, that was just a sweet route. He didn't run the normal fade. He ran a little bit of outside move, and that's why he got that guy in the NIL right there.
Yep.
I mean, tremendous throw by Carson Beck. Watch this move. He doesn't run a real fade. Instead of going to fade, he goes out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's good coaching, good execution, and
Just that little hint of inside out made him play off. I mean, beautiful.
the guy's thinking pressure. I'm going to stay inside him and knock it down.
Yep.
Then he breaks the outside. Look at all those kids. Here's a guy that transferred in, been at Miami, and comes in and makes the kind of – coach is going to go for two here.
I'm surprised by that.
I'm not. Things are tough to come by.
Well, let's listen now. What we like to do is roll to the right and hit the guy in the flat.
Got all those bodies over there, but they're ready for it. Cash Jones. Oh, wait.
Flag on the play. Are they going to say Arian wasn't set or something?
We're going to have to kick it now.
Yeah. Jed May on Twitter. Colby Young was brought into Georgia to be a red zone threat. That's why. He's like, yeah.
Who said that?
Jed May.
Way to go, Jed.
Jed's
Two
like,
plays before, I said Colby Young territory.
yeah.
And then me and Coach at the same time,
How about-
just
well,
look
let's-
up top.
How about old Peyton? He looked like he got a little buzz up there around his lip. You know,
Because you read my column last night.
That's
need-
all I do is steal your information.
No,
So far, it's
no,
worked
no,
for my career.
Now, we knew that he was going to be at – we heard that about him.
it's amazing we moved the ball over a little bit here for the field goal, extra point.
Maybe run the fake.
Just give him a better angle to hook it in there.
Yeah.
Right down the middle.
But that little nuance right there just shows you what the coaches do. We got a chance to get it set where we want it. That's just tremendous throw. Carson Beck.
Well, and this puts so much pressure on Clemson to be a little more aggressive than it's had to be so far in this game offensively.
No question.
And does Georgia cause mistakes out of that?
Yeah.
I have to come on Damon Wilson. I got a feeling about number 10 or 11 on the other side. So on that drive, let's look at our numbers here real quick.
While you're looking at your numbers,
Got a text from Chris the Bear Felica. Your defense isn't fair.
Roddy's going to pull some stats. 15 seconds from Yingling Flight.
Over the last 190 years, a lot has changed.
But at Yingling, America's oldest brewery, we're still focused on one thing.
Brewing darn good beer.
Yingling, the oldest brewery in America.
All right, hit me with those stats, please.
I'm just saying that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. I mean, that's just the first time Georgia scored a field goal on that drive, it was 12 plays, 68 yards, and they had to settle for a field goal. But the fact that Georgia's moved down the field on that quickly, that was – I know Coach explained why they call certain plays because you're learning the other team's calls. You're learning their adjustments. You're learning their switches. You're learning their adjustments and such. And now all of a sudden it just feels like, okay, we were in, like you said, you were in that 11 personnel. You move a guy out. You see what they do. Use it against them. But for the fans who don't understand the game within the game, like myself, that was kind of the offense we were expecting to see. Ball going everywhere, everybody getting a shot to do it, and that was the frustration.
And the reason that it happened, though, is just the fact that a little unsettling with a running back situation.
Yep.
The fact that your best receivers, Bowers, McConkey,
Jack
Jack Saint. So, but I really like the way Dylan Bell has stepped up and made the plays. But Arian Smith, has 4 touches and how many yards? 2 runs for 20. And so it's just we got to be careful here and not get too confident. But we get a turnover here or another good field position. And, we used to say, we had that boy that couldn't say his R, and he had a brother named Aaron. And when he get mad at him, he'd say, Elwin, you better say your prayers. Dabo, you're going to have to say your prayers. But I still think, from my standpoint, being a little bit conservative thinking, Dabo's told his team, look, we played these guys toe-to-toe, and we made every mistake in the history of football. Go out there and shoot your gun. That's what they're going to do here. And say, what, you can't do any worse than you've done. Yeah. Let's go out there and just relax and see what we can do. So I can see them.
Oh, they're going to come right back. There's no question.
They're going to kitchen sink us here. You know, what we used to call butcher knife bandit. I mean, you know, that means you're going to cut them up any way you can.
Aaron Smith has 4 touches for a combined 50 yards.
Average that out.
If you're curious, in the middle of the week, the betting line on this game was 13.5, and Georgia straddling that on the under right now. Now, maybe you took it later at 12, and you're feeling pretty good.
Or 11.5.
Let's just get the W. Money line.
I'm with you there, Coach. All right.
It'll be interesting to see what they let Klubnik do. Kind of kept him under wraps. He hasn't run the ball yet.
I was looking to see if he had a rushing play, and no, they just have like one team for -1 yard. So
Chris Calvin with the super chat says, "Let's go Dogs." Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris. Love the super chats. I go into their big boy film Maffa.
So our defensive situation right now, we've got Bolden in at safety, and Starks at star, and Jackson at safety. Humphreys and Everett at corners, and this could be tough. If you lose the O-line, especially against our front, hopefully it's not a knee.
That kid looks like he's in pain. Oh, come on!
But
I hope he's just wanting to get up. Oh,
why don't you give Josh a call here, and we might have a chance to talk to my old boy Josh Millard.
All right. He's going to be live on air.
Josh Millard, All-American.
Stand by.
All-American family, Mary and Fred, 2 of my faves down there in Savannah. I don't know if Fred's watching. He's probably out fishing, but I know Mary is.
Well, I was texted by a bunch of people saying, hey, I'm at the game. I'll do the watch along when I get back to the house, or I'll watch it tomorrow. I'm duck hunting.
What about, I noticed some people said sometimes they'll go to the game and watch it on their phone during the game. I don't know how you do that. I guess you got internet or something, but.
Well, you got on that one. I was asked about. We reported in our 321 that some of the support staff had COVID, like some of the hangers-on. So that's still out there. There's always a possibility that you think you know who's going to go into a game, but you don't know. So
making that phone call.
There you go.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Josh, you are live with Coach Donnan and Radi on the Watch Along Show.
Hey, glad to have you, Josh. Just wanted you to tell the fans out there your ability to help our NIL with your credit card corporation.
Sure, love to, Coach. Let me just say I appreciate what you guys are doing. I've listened to this whole podcast, and you're not wrong too often, Coach. I'll say that.
Well, I wasn't wrong when I recruited you, that's for sure.
Well, we didn't have bags of money back then, so I wish you were recruiting me now.
Yeah, well, let's don't even go into full disclosure about what we did. Okay, let's move on. But tell us about. I just think the fact you're a Georgia guy, you love Kirby, and you've got some resources to maybe help the companies do a better job, saves them some money, but also get the money over to our NIL.
Yeah, about 15 years ago, I started a credit card processing company here in Savannah, Georgia, and I did it. I knew it was a pain point for a lot of businesses. That's the background of the company. But when NIL started, we figured out we have a lot of Georgia fans, and a way to help the NIL, a way to help UGA, would be to take all the proceeds that I get from those UGA supporters and donate them back to the NIL. So what that does is it turns these companies, like a restaurant, turns the people that are coming to eat as donors without even knowing it.
Yeah, we're going to just pause for a second here during the play, and then we'll kind of keep up and let you talk about this as we go here. Second down.
2nd and 6. A fake to Maffa out on the edge.
Really good job on the edge there.
Jazz Chambliss and Dan Jackson and
So
Christian Miller.
Go ahead, Josh, until the next play. And so you would just sign up a company and then get their credit card.
You basically, donor fatigue is a big thing. People that donate, they get called all the time. Well, this gives the opportunity for those donors that have companies to allow a different way to donate. They're already taking credit cards, so at least this way, the money that they're getting charged for that is getting donated back to University of Georgia.
Good. We'll get this play, and then you can tell us how they can get to us. Get on him.
Smile Monday right up that A-gap, almost got to him.
Oh, what a catch.
One-handed.
By Jake Browning, still the tight end.
That play turned this game around right there. Broken play, Klubnik got some. So how do they sign up with you?
Coach, you would have called a swarm defense right there. You would have had a 50 out there.
Yeah.
With me a nose guard, I believe. But,
okay.
You can get in touch with me at josh@fluentpayments.com. That's fluent, FLUENT, payments.com. And I answer my emails 24 hours a day. So, if you're someone out there that wants some help, please give me an email.
And you've already got several Georgia people already doing that, right? And even the athletic department is considering it, with their tickets and all that. And you're doing that around the country with different athletic departments. So it's not like this some virgin territory here. And you've been established for 15 years. So I just think it's tremendous that you're offering this service to everybody.
I appreciate it, Coach.
All right. And we'll probably call you back again next week. But anybody is not sure about it, you can contact Radi and he'll tell you how to do it too. But it's at least worth the try. And the one thing you said that you also would do is let them tell you what they need out of their credit card, and you'll give them that kind of deal, right?
Coach, let me say one last thing. My sales pitch to anybody is just tell me what you want to pay. I own the company. I hate credit card processing companies that go out there and say, let me just cut your rate by 5 or 10%. If you're a business out there and you need credit card processing, call me and tell me how much you want to pay, and that's how much you're going to pay.
Okay, that's good. So appreciate you calling, Josh, and we're going to get you off because we hadn't stopped them since you've been on the phone here.
Coach, I know I hate that, but
no, hey,
I did,
be sure and tell your mom and dad hello, and hey, congratulations on your baby. When's that due?
Baby's due first week of October. So
congrats!
All right,
I'm going to be the oldest dad out there with a newborn.
All right, all right. Appreciate you calling in. And appreciate all you do.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Josh.
Good to have a legend like that call in.
Yeah, I love the fact that he's trying to help our NIL. There's so many ways that you can do that, and that's to me, if you got a company, it's not going to take away from anything. Just help Georgia.
Got to make that tackle. Big tackle there.
Browning still's a player. He's the security blanket for Klubnik. So if they get something going, it's going to be through him and then through Maffa up the middle.
KJ Bolden with a huge stop. The
I'm
five-star
just telling
freshman
you,
coming up.
what a play that kid made on the broken play. Klubnik.
Yeah, and that changed the outcome of the game. They're feeling it.
About time for him to keep one, really. What's the problem here?
Dabo was saying targeting. Is there a review for that?
Sure.
I mean, but usually it's called in.
I'm asking is that I guess that's what it is. The review for potential targeting. On who?
Bolden.
KJ Bolden.
He didn't below the neck, I thought.
Well, Browning still lowered his head,
I was
too.
going to say, yeah, when you lower your head to hit the guy, come on,
that'd be a rough one to get ejected for.
Good example here of what we talked about. Clemson coming out, had a package, but just a big-time play when you need it. Or the game's really in serious doubt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What a play by Klubnik, and poor by our defense had the guy,
If you have questions for Coach Donnan, drop them in the chat. We'll sneak them in here in the second half as we have time. But if this is a tight game down the stretch, we got a former Georgia head coach here that can try to answer what you want to know. In the chat, they say there's no way that that's targeting. I agree. I don't think that's targeting.
But you got to look at it. I mean, that's why they got, it's just not the officials on the field. They got people upstairs that are looking at it, and they have a command post, I think, for like in the case of ACC, it's in Charlotte at their headquarters where they have all the different kind of ways to look at it technologically, and have several ex-officials and the supervisor's official. I know Nealon Raper, who was Kirby's COO type guy, the operations guy, just took a job with the Big 12, and every Saturday, besides working with the coaches, he goes to the command post in Dallas and kind of oversees the officials and makes notes about how they do things, and constructive criticism, and getting on them too about why didn't you do this. But there's some checkpoints there, you know what I mean, that not just the officials are looking at it. You got other people outside that are being on top of this, because there's so much riding on it. I mean, look at it. Look at the future of every team. Officiating is so critical to being part of the game, and I think for the most part, these guys have done a good job.
Question from Jeffrey Waters. Coach, in the helmet communications, do those work during a timeout? Can Bobo talk to Carson during a timeout on the field?
No, they use a different phone for that. They use a player-to-player phone, which you used to have when you didn't have that. So there'll be an actual phone on the sideline that he can talk to him, where he's not on a headset and it's just man-to-man. It looks like, when they say, hey, is this guy ordering a pizza or something, but you're talking down to him straight up.
According to Jed May, they waved off. It was determined there was no targeting on the play.
Yeah.
2 for 2. Paul Blanco with a super chat says he's hydrating with the Blue Moon, which just tells me that you didn't get the flight in time. So you need the Yingling
I
flight.
appreciate it, but this is a waist down play here for Clemson in some ways, but it's also, you got to be careful that you don't try to get too tricky. You get a first down here, then you got 4 downs to score. So I don't think they're probably going to be too risky with this ball here. They've had a lot of success just powering Maffa up in there. Let's see if they do that.
Paul chats from the Marine Corps base Quantico.
I also like that little pop pass to the tight end off of this.
Right, they're just trying to run him up the middle. He's got it.
There's what you talk about, him falling forward.
That right there is going to be how Clemson stays in this game.
Daylen Everett grabs him around the shoulders, and Moffitt just drags him for about 3 more yards.
Coach, I know what you say about halftime adjustments, and I totally agree with you, but it does seem like both offenses have better rhythm here in the second half.
For sure. I mean, you got to feel for the other team, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What I was talking about, if somebody's hurting you, you got to adjust pretty quickly. But in this case, they've had a chance to see, got to make a tackle for a lost yardage here. That's good. But
Raylan Wilson, good game for Raylan.
But here's what I'm talking about is just the fact that you talk to your players, and they've studied tape and watched these guys, but they're basically saying, look, Coach, this guy's a little quicker than I thought. I don't know if I can reach him. I need some help here. We need to down block him. Or, Coach, I can't play this guy press coverage. I got to be off of him. Or otherwise, hey, Coach, I can snatch this guy wherever you want me to take him. I can block him, or I can beat this guy. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to have your own players telling you about it, because the players are the ones that are out there.
There's the keeper.
Oh, wow.
How about
Michael Williams is eating
Michael
alive.
just destroyed that guy. Watch him defeat this block here. This big time there. This guy's 6'6", 260. Watch him. Guard's pulling number 50.
Guard and tackle, Coach. They both come in and get a GT.
That's good by him, but that's a pitiful block right there. That's like that's a no-hitter. That was a Don Larson.
that tackle was looking all the way up to the safety. He didn't even see his guard miss.
They're going to try to hit a corner route to one of those 2 inside guys up there.
Yeah, he's looking right at him. Oh, my goodness. Oh.
He never looked for the ball. Are they calling the PI?
Maybe holding.
I was about to say there's a different flag.
I think he's holding on their offensive line. Dan Jackson's not a guy you really want playing man coverage.
But boy, you called what they were going to do there.
Oh, Michael down. Ankle.
What's the penalty?
Block below the waist on Clemson.
They might have done it to
Michael.
Michael Williams.
When they say a chop block, that means
Did he maybe take helmet to the ankle? No.
well.
Oof.
I think if you block outside the tackle box, you can't block below the waist. And they might have construed that as being outside. But the only thing I want to watch out for here is just don't run into the kicker. Let's see if we got that 6'11" guy in there trying to
Let's go
block this.
Jazeer Jackson.
Clemson's kick is up and good. Tigers on the board.
Good stop by us, though. I'll take it. I'll take 7-3 every day. All right, that Clemson offense scored 3. Good job by them, really.
I'm almost willing to call Morris and Dean Roddy on that block to see if they can do something about the way they were blocking Michael Williams.
That was it. That should be illegal. Yeah, we would like to file assault charges. Man, that was BS. That drive for Clemson, 12 plays, 66 yards, 5 minutes and 27 seconds. So
This game's moving fast.
yeah.
Jonathan Eason is asking Coach, is it time for a joke of the day? And I'm going to answer that question for you. It's not joke time yet. We're not feeling to the end.
We'll give a joke here maybe, but
It's still all business.
still up 2 scores. So what we got to do is just keep doing the same things.
I started to say something that would you don't want to.
I do know Clemson used to be the University of Clem, and 3 professors thought they needed to add to it, so they went behind the barn and added S for chivalry, O for honor, and N for knowledge. So it's now University of Clemson.
Oh my God!
There's old Gage Witten on the sideline, my man, the equipment man. He and John Michad. I think we dressed out 82 people and like about 40 some other extra people on the sideline for support group. So they've been going at it hard. Do a good job every week. Our team looks good in their uniform. Got good stuff, and 45-0 at the half. Chattanooga, Tennessee. Wow.
They're showing the quad box of other things on the ESPN family and networks. When they say assume nothing, I say that with U.S. Open too. Seeing Alcaraz and Djokovic go out back-to-back days.
Yeah.
Big.
Nate Frazier, get your mouthpiece in. You got him.
Let's see that explode, that burst. There's a great downfield block. I see you, Arian Smith.
Really good. Don't be doing that. Really good by Carson. The guy was in the backfield, and he just dumped it off to him.
That kid.
We know what we're doing here. We're just attacking those linebackers, throwing stuff at them, and using our huddle to our advantage. This is going to be a quick play here. Run that quick pitch into the boundary, Mike.
46 total yards for Nate Frazier so far.
Fake the quick
Nice
pitch,
fake,
hit the
yeah.
wheel.
It's good coverage on Delp there. He's asking for a penalty.
Yeah, he's like, hey, come on, this guy's been all over me.
That's Khalil Barnes, local kid, North Oconee High School.
Play-by-play from Dayne.
I forgot that he was over there.
He's holding him.
Yeah, well, they held him in the end zone too.
I like the play, though. Fake the quick pitch and hit the wheel. That was something we talked about at halftime.
Oh,
wasn't it?
Dylan Bell being carried
Jiminy
off.
Christmas. Jiminy Christmas. How many guys can we get hurt? Good protection.
Oh.
I hope that wasn't a lateral. Smart by Lucky to fall on it. They're doing a pretty good job of covering this. Boy, it hurts as it bells down. Kiss my royal ankles.
I'd almost like some kind of lofted or back shoulder, something to Colby Young.
It's not his stuff out here. He's just not fast enough. Maybe inside the 10, but, you know, you could try it. They're playing cover 2 here. Probably 2-man. Man under, 2 deep. Hit the back or the tight end.
London Humphrey's in.
Or hit
There
London
he is.
Humphrey. There's another good example of the transfer portal. We got 8 and 16, 2 guys come in from Vanderbilt and Miami. And really part of the deal for Humphrey, he wanted to get a better education, so he left Vanderbilt.
All day.
Cash in the flat. There he goes.
Another case of man under. Mike Bobo coaching the dog out of this guy. You see man take 10 yards. They can't play man and play the quarterback. And if I'm Clemson, you're not worried about Beck running, but he's had 2 sufficient gains, really big, right there. 1st and 10, not take the sack, make positive yardage. We're on fire right now.
Both were first downs, right?
Yeah.
Both runs. Love it.
I wish Frazier knew where. Run the counter here. Bring Lucky over across there and run the counter.
Oh, wow.
Hang on to that ball.
I tell you what, that's a dang good run.
That was that.
I thought he got his face mask. You know, the thing about this game, every play looks like it's life or death, isn't it?
It really does. I'm sitting over here, my ass is clenched. I'm nervous as hell.
You want them to do it so badly, but we're trying a little hockey formation here. It could be.
I was about to say, what's with the trips at the top there? And nobody in motion. Bobo always has somebody moving.
You got it right there. Make a miss. All right. That's why he came here from Missouri.
Down to the 1.
Show me.
That was a beautiful play. Great play call, great execution.
The thing that helped that play was the motion to tell you what they were in. Mm-hmm. And now it's just you're telling the guy, you came to Georgia to beat somebody one-on-one.
Yep.
Get your first college touchdown, 3.
There it is.
Yes, sir. Lay it down there. Dale McGee, thank you. I hope you win tonight, but thank you for getting this kid. He told me when he was after him, he said, Coach, this guy's a difference maker. And he's also like Chauncey Bowens and the other guy. But, hey, you know what he's saying? Seriously.
No.
Here's my phone. Call Venables and tell him to get your ass in gear here. What are we doing on our halftime adjustments, Clemson Tigers?
That kid.
2 guys were getting executed, and one of them was from Clemson and one of them was from Georgia. And the guy, the warden said, I'm going to give you one last wish. So the Clemson guy said, I'd like to hear hold that tiger one more time. And the Georgia guy said, kill me first.
I love that joke. I really do. It's just.
Well, we can joke a little bit here, but this Georgia Bulldog offense now, hat on a hat.
Look at Lawson Lucky.
I'm just telling you, Lucky. This guy was in high school at the prom last year. Look, Mike, he likes that. Not as much as Hartley does.
When Hartley's tight end throws a winning block like that, that's it. I tell you, the hype around Nate Frazier that we started hearing when he
seriously, real quick, just the way the guys on the sideline, they're so happy for him. You know what I mean? Go ahead, but it is nice to see that kind of interaction. Particularly defensive guys. You see, one of the first guys that come over is Malachi Starks and Mike Cavan.
Mike Cavan get a big old hug in there.
Over and hug him and say, "Look, I ain't got any more money, son."
Mike's like, "Hey, you came through for us." We've been trying to tell folks since he arrived. Remember, he wasn't here for spring, but when he got here, you don't hear a whole lot out of summer workouts, but we started hearing stuff about Nate Frazier. So we've been talking about him all fall camp. Now he's getting a shot today. He's different.
Oh, wait, you see number one.
Yeah.
Well, and I want to give this is a bit of a referendum on using the portal when you need it. Georgia skill guys that have made such a big difference. Colby Young touchdown. Yeah, Dominic Lovett get down to the 1 yard line, and then also in that drive, London Humphreys with a clutch play.
Exactly.
Apparently on TV they said Dylan Bell had cramps.
Oh, that's good. You know, one of the things we do in a game like this over there is we give a lot of our kids IVs at halftime. And because you cramp up sometime indoors because of the anxiety. Weird. And Ron Corson does a good job of that.
Oh, Phil Maffa, what a big monster run.
Yeah,
that should have been dropped.
We'll let him do that. But
I know
Dan Lanning was having trouble getting his doctors to okay it out there at Oregon because he was telling his players, his guys, when they came to play us that, hey, Georgia's going to do this at halftime. And so he got it across to him, but it's something you utilize. This is a waist down play if you want to use it.
Yep. Throw it deep.
Good job backside.
Wow.
Jalen Walker.
That was not what I was expecting. I'm just
high on this guy, beside the fact, just quality player. What a great kid. He's a Georgia rep for the SEC when they have players go and meet about concerns about student athletes, very articulate. His dad was a college coach. Just loves to be here, can play inside, outside, super special teams guy. And he, along with Michael, they're finding ways to utilize him and get him on the field with Small and CJ and get him more reps. You got the tackle right there. Georgia Bulldogs.
Jalen again.
Hey, just talk him up, Coach D.
You just did.
I'll tell you, the NFL buzz is building around him.
It should be. Michael, too. Look where he is. The guy's holding the dog out of him. I tell you what, they got second and 2, and they don't make a first down.
Look at Michael in the background there. He is psyched up. Glenn Schumann's like,
Kirby's calling holding.
That's the difference between him and the rest of us.
Let's watch the fake here. Always watching for it. About time this guy kicked it far enough for us to return one. He kicked it too high, too.
Yeah.
I tell you, this guy's fearless Foster catching the ball, isn't he? Let's put him in a receiver, run a jet sweep. Right now, we don't need to get too funky here. Let's just stay with as Coach Bill Doodle said, we just got to stay with that boarding house pie stuff.
Exactly.
And I said, what's that? He said, stuff you like to eat and digest.
Do you remember Logan Gray?
Right.
Just
from out in Missouri, right?
Missouri, yeah, just fearless. I'm like, Logan, you're going to get killed. I don't care. I'm going to catch it. He got lit up so many times.
No one fair caught like Rhett McGowan.
We still got the screen out there if they're going to play that far off of us.
Yeah, it worked in the first quarter. That little dump to Jurasic, and then,
That's just not a natural catch there for that kid. Don't get greedy here, boys. I really think we got the screen and short passes to this.
Yeah. And what's the difference between the fact that some of the screens and short passes did not work earlier?
Well, they were playing more zone and they got more inside out, but now they're playing man out there, so it's one-on-one.
Okay.
Here's what coaches can talk to 15 seconds. Yeah. Here's Jurasic out here to block. Or Jurasic, or what is it?
I need to go back and watch that thing.
Ooh, that was terrible. This could put the game out of reach if we could just go on and do something here. He's going to go no huddle here and try to get him from subbing on us. Go to underneath to love it. You hadn't seen Bell back in, have you?
No. If he's got cramps, I think they're probably resting him for some time, at least till the middle of fourth.
They're going to try to heat you up.
That was a loss of one.
That's one good thing about right there. lining up on the line, look like you're going to run fast, make them declare what they're going to do. Now he's changed the protection. Mm-hmm. We'll block this and hit somebody. Watch us. We'll have the right protection and hit it.
2 drop back, 1 comes up that A gap.
Right there at Stanford, they ought to teach you to bend down and catch the ball, son. Don't stick one hand down. I got to go talk to him. Did you see that?
I did. Your hand ain't that big. You got big old paws, but they're not.
Excuse me for being so, but good God.
Yeah.
You got to run through that.
That could have been the dagger there.
Well, he's also going to see on the tape, Lawson Luck and Delp been making these plays. When you got a chance, son, you got to do it here. We got to see the offset here. We're just trying to mess up their protection. And
yeah, I mean, you got
Thunderfoot. Look at that. Where'd he kick that from, Dane?
I think down there toward 285 South.
I'm not asking. What yard line was what was the net on that though? I mean, that's like 5 first downs.
I'm not going to lie to you, Coach. I was
56 yards, Coach.
Well, I mean, 5.5 first downs, but his boomerang won't come back, but he can kick it. There's Coach A. Adam Ray does a good job. He's been here forever, but great special teams coach, along with our main man, Kirk Benedict, and then Javier King helps out with that. Javier did had 2 internships this summer with the Dolphins and the Chiefs, and brought back some good ideas. So these guys are always working at it. We got pressure right here. We ought to make this tackle. Not a very good tackle there by Jackson.
Well, he got blocked pretty well, but he still got a hold of him.
Is that the quarter?
That's it.
We're in the 4th quarter, my friends.
Hold up them fingers.
Everybody hold those 4s up.
I'm going to hold up the Athens Ford 4 fingers. They are open on Labor Day from 8:45 to 8 p.m. So the sales group over there at Athens Ford will be ready for you to come on by. You get the Ford Escape, the Ford Bronco, the Explorer, the Bronco Sport, which a lot of people like. They got 53 of those in stock. They've got 93 Explorers in stock. They got 57 Broncos in stock. Again, there's nobody that has more Fords on the lot that I've ever seen. I mean, I guess some of those crazy dealerships, might do it, but those places are not where you need to be. So if you get a chance, swing by Athens Ford, 4260 Atlanta Highway, west side. Next week, that Tennessee Tech game, if you're coming to town, come up on Friday, get yourself a new vehicle, or get it on Saturday before you leave. Great folks up there, fantastic sales service. You'll be very happy if you go by and look at our friends at Athens Ford. You
know why I like them, though, is because, I have some anxiety when it comes to, shopping for cars, because I just don't want someone, bugging me all the time, trying to sell me on the thing. I'm going to go through the process I go through. I do a lot of my own research. And, man, anytime that I've interacted with them, they've been like, cool, you let us know what you want. We'll give you some ideas if you're searching for it. But, it always feels like no pressure.
No, I went in there because my wife got so mad at me. Well, not mad, but she was like, this is taking forever. We went to buy a rug when we were in Istanbul for our 30th wedding anniversary. And I'd bought a rug from this guy before. And you start out, he's like, okay, the Habibi, this rug is $10,000. I'm like, I'll give you $800. I mean, you were worlds apart. And you work back to, a handmade rug. I love it. Tea is ordered, food is ordered. The back and forth takes forever. I love that stuff. She hates it. I go into Athens Ford ready to be like, okay, you're going to get me a car for my son who's graduating high school. We got to get him a car to go to college. And I'm ready to just take this guy and you're going to pay me $600 to take this car off your hands. And he's like, here's our cost. Here's what, and he shows me, here's what we paid for it. I'm like, well, man, you just took away the whole damn thing. So I'm ready to fight and ready to go for a few hours. And my wife's like, sold. I'm like, honey. So anyway, you're right. There's no fight with them. They take care of you. Again, I do want to mention our friends Morris and Dean. Morris and Dean. MORRISANDDEAN. Morris and Dean. They got a criminal attorney up there who defends you. This guy is in the 70s. He is phenomenal. Knows all the judges. Know all the lawyers. If you've been wrongly charged, this guy's going to take care of you. But Jeff Dean, huge Georgia fan. I mean, back to the Herschel days, there's so many degrees in his family. This is a guy who, if you are in Georgia or Tennessee, and it doesn't matter where in Georgia, they've been down to Bainbridge, they've been all over the place. So you think, hey, they're in Dalton, you want to go to them. And I do want to say real quick, Morgan & Morgan, one of those guys is a Gator, so don't use them.
Pick. Good tackle.
Okay. There you go, KJ Bolden. He's been all over the place.
Foster Moss with a super chat says, Roddy, get another beer.
You know, we did this last year where we were like doing shots and drinking beers when people gave us money.
Yeah, to give you a ride home.
That damn near died. Especially, we just introduced the Hunker vodka. Here, take a shot.
I'm trying the Hunker bourbon when I get
Look
to
at
the
that.
house.
0 TD dives and how many? What did it say? Last 14.
I think Coach has had a few minutes.
You just read it on there. What?
Roddy can't read right now.
Tackle.
Oh my goodness, the Maffa, a monster.
A lot of love for KJ Bolden in the chat.
Nazir Stackhouse laying on the ground, or not laying down, he's down.
He just letting the defense rest, I promise.
I know. I was just going to say, he's hurt. Can you? Oh yeah, you can't see. You got the eye patch on. I'm doing the air quotes over here, Coach, for the quote for the injury.
I would ask all the audience out there. I've got some really good treatment here. Dr. Poling, outstanding. But anybody that's had any family members or people that have any dealings with ocular myasthenia gravis, got any ideas about how you were treated and what happened, let me know, because that's what I got. And fortunately, I'm one of 250 out of 1 million people that have it. So, boy, am I lucky.
You should play the lottery, Coach.
Good Lord. But I'm not griping. Good Lord's helped me my whole life. I've had good health. So, but I've had to get back on the back burner here the last couple of months. But I would give a shout out to my two guys here. Been unbelievable how much they've helped me, take me to get stuff and bring me stuff to eat and just watch after me. It's been I appreciate both you guys, all you do for me.
I'm just glad you listen to me now when I tell you about football things. So.
I haven't gone that far yet. I'm not delirious. I just have vision problems. No, I'm not delirious.
It's myasthenia gravis. It's not Alzheimer's, you dumbass.
No.
I love it. No, hey, but again, it's the support that we get of our viewers and readers. You know, that's allows us to do stuff like this. We've grown at UGAsports.com, and it's allowed us to add on things like the watch along show, the show on Tuesday with Coach, the post game overreaction. The post game show is going to be a lot of fun.
There's going to be some overreaction here. Want to know why?
I am just going to go sideways, blasting everybody, Coach. You know how I roll,
right?
You realize this is the 6th year that we've done the watch along show?
Yeah, it seems like it. I mean, it's been a long time, but kind of started out. It was a good idea, and then Peyton Manning and them copied it. So
they should be giving us 10% for the idea.
Started out, when my wife was sick, that chance for me to still watch the games instead of going to them, and still stay on top of what her care, because we were in my basement. But just kind of kept on after she passed away, and I enjoy it, and I enjoy having a chance to just back Kirby and maybe give you some ideas about why we do things and why we don't. And sometimes things we do are kind of out of bounds as far as what fans think. But just like today, just the fact that going into the game, we were able to look at our defensive structure and the way our coaches worked around Aguero being out, I thought was really good for our fans to look at the players that we put in that you could probably read after the game and hear about it. And maybe they talked about it on their –
No, nobody's talking about it. Nobody realized it, Coach.
But the point is that hopefully you can tell your friends about it, and you don't necessarily have to watch it when we do it. But, if you go to the game, then come home and watch it, and you might pick up something. And also support our sponsors, because we got some sophisticated stuff here that Radi's put a lot of money in. And, need to get a return on his money.
13:50 left here in the game.
It's not. He's down.
He's down.
What are they going to call here?
He's pointing to it.
Yeah,
Pointing to
he's
the
down.
ground.
About Walker just walking on water today.
Again,
They're just telling him. He's just saying, put my ass in there and I'll make some plays. I mean, that's 2 lost yardage plays that just brilliant. We talked about before the game, and here comes Malachi Starks off the edge too. Here's a guy that's most of the time is playing safety, and now he's blitzing. Look at 2. We talked about 2 and 11 and 24. They're all 3 in one screenshot.
that's amazing.
This is some kind of screen.
Second super chat from a Paul Blanco. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul.
Good job, Harris. There's KJ over there too. Now we're going
to use that super chat, get Coach some nachos.
Nachos.
Hey, you like that yerp pie, though.
What is a super chat?
That is a straight up tip, Coach. They can actually give you $5, $10, $1, and it just goes straight into our YouTube fund.
And we don't have to pay taxes on it if Trump gets elected, right?
Well, if anybody gets elected,
I ain't reporting shit, so I'm just letting you know.
This is what they did right there. They tried to get us. We got them thinking here. We could get a pick here. We could get a pick. They're going to try to throw it down the boundary.
Little cross there.
Ooh, Raylan Wilson.
Ooh,
Raylan just rearranged his innards.
Right now Klubnik's saying, "Put me on the bus."
Yeah.
I mean, was that 11-2 again?
That was the dagger.
I mean, what a series there.
Whole second half for Jalen Walker has been spectacular.
So when we got to speak with Jalen earlier in the year, which I thought was interesting that they brought him out there, again, this kid, when he committed, gave the best post-commit interview I've done in all my years. But he came out and was addressing the media, and I thought, well, this is good. But he wasn't considered a starter, and usually we only talk to starters. He's fantastic to interview. The kid's going to be president somewhere after his playing days are over.
Please kick this before he can return it. This could be a return for a touchdown.
Careful.
A little jitterbug. Good return.
That might be a –
So he did a good job. And I will say this, being from North Carolina, I thought there might be a connection there because he's from Salisbury. But the first time he was here for an official visit, his father came over and told one of the equipment men, if Coach Donnan comes around, I'd like to meet him. And so I was over there, and his dad actually played in high school in Burlington at one of the schools that was added after I left there. He went to Cummings, but his coach was a guy that played with me, Sam Story. So we had a kind of connection, and then I started talking to there's that screen I wanted to see, but we can get out there. So, but just the idea that, when I go over there all the time, we don't necessarily talk about football or anything. We talk about North Carolina and everything. His brother, I don't know where he went to school, but this young man is just fantastic off the field too. And
well, I was really worried that he wouldn't have a spot because we asked him, "Are you inside or outside?" He goes, "I'm a hybrid."
That's good.
And they're using him everywhere. So I'm loving this coming out party. For
I think it's a
Jalen
diesel
Walker.
fueled.
I like that.
That's brilliant.
This whole game,
All-day
Arian
protection.
Smith has looked like a pro receiver. It's confidence. I mean, right there, he saw the coverage, knew that the guy was off of him, and ran a comeback. Watch him stutter his feet right there. Might have been a little high on your break. Get a little lower, Arian, but they're wearing that guy out over there. And I think they need to work on his safety too.
He looked like Andre Rison right there, Coach.
I like it. I like that analogy. Calling the plays at the line. They're going to run some kind of counter. Kind of feeling your way in there.
Yeah, it's like, come on, man, hit the hole with authority.
You notice we're in a kind of a run the clock here. We're not in any hurry, using the 25 seconds. I could see us coming back to that play where we faked the inside zone and then hit Cash Jones in the flat. So we've got the two-play situation where the quarterback's getting the signal, but the receivers are getting it by the sideline. So, and the quarterback walks to the line and tells them, and now Bobo's off of it as far as.
This might be the play you just talked about.
I don't know if he can do it with a six-man pressure, but.
I thought they were only rigging. Oh, yeah, you're right.
You got to make that catch, man.
Come on, Colby.
Get down and catch it. That was a good pass. That's the only way he could throw it.
Yeah. I will say there,
Let me tell you, when you got a low ball, you got to get down like an infielder and use your body as a shield and catch it with that. He's just bending over from the waist up instead of getting down. You need to get that cool in the game. Get down on it. Get down. You like that song?
I do. We're gonna be demonetized on this because it's gonna sound just like the actual song does.
Cash Jones in the game.
It was in there the last play, Coach.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say it again.
Good block, Cash.
Good pickup there, Cash. There you go, London Humphreys.
Cash and London Humphreys.
London gonna go all the way. Touchdown.
Vanderbilt. Yes, sir. Great call on the crossing route, Bobo. Vanderbilt. London.
That was that Dylan Bell play from earlier.
Well, watch Cash as our man picked up. Watch Cash pick up this blitz here. Good pick by the umpire.
Thank you, umpire.
I like that Burma Road there at the end.
Yeah.
We got 2 touchdowns from 2 transfers.
If you would have told me, because I think that makes Humphreys the leading receiver on the game, right?
No, maybe yardage-wise.
That's what I'm meaning,
Arian
yardage-wise.
Smith's got the most catches, and Bell too. But I don't think he would have been the one you'd say.
Yeah, Humphreys has 63 yards. That's the most yards. If you would have told me he would have the most yards of any Georgia receiver today, I would have been befuddled.
I did not expect him to play today.
Well, Dylan Bell.
See that block there by Cash? He knocked that guy's jock off.
And that guy's he has a dirty mid-region because something got knocked in the dirt. I'm just telling you. That is oh my God, look
That's
at Mike Bobo. I'm gonna need that clip there too.
Let me just tell you this: as a coach, you want to surely be successful, but one of the best things that can happen is tell the players that this is your role, and you got to work your way into it. Well, here's a guy that was a star at Vanderbilt, and was going to get a lot of catches, a lot of touches. But he wanted to be developed, and he wanted to win, and he knew he's going to be coming in here. We had Rod Thomas beside these guys, but he felt like he had a good investment. And you say, hey, just trust us, and we're going to work you in. Well, here's his first rattle out of the box, and certainly took advantage of maybe Bell having cramps. But it just makes you feel good that what you told this kid, you were able to fulfill it for him. And very similar to K.J. Bolden. Going to Florida State, getting all that money, doing all that stuff. And, Kirby said, look, we're not going to do that. We're going to give you what you should get as a freshman, but we're going to develop you. But you got a tremendous chance to play early here.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to work you in because here's the guys we're losing. And he talked about Bullard, and he talked about Tyke and Lassiter. Well, here's the first game. 4 probably played as much, if not more, than Malachi did against Oregon.
He has been everywhere. I need to look at to see how many tackles he's had. Just from the assist, I know he hasn't had a whole lot on his own, but he has been feels like he's been everywhere.
Yeah, and our defense is just suffocating right now. I mean, nightmare for Klubnik. I mean, except for that one Jesus catch, that one really good catch that guy made.
Accurate.
He threw that one outside route, but I've been impressed with the way our corners have been around the ball. How about y'all?
Absolutely. I know that they got Dalen Everett on the toughest guys out there, but he's got 4 solo tackles. But he's been lights out. Jalen Walker leading the team with 6 tackles. Bolden, I was wrong, Coach. I thought he had a couple assists. No, he's got 3 solos, so he's been everywhere. Munden is second on the team with 4.
Let me just say this. Everybody talks about who we got. Smile Munden, Kirby Smart has gone on record as saying, of all the guys he's ever coached, he's among the top 3 or 4 athletes he's ever had. And for him to say that pretty much tells you what this guy's all about. And, we got C.J. Allen, we got Raylan Wilson, we got Cole. Our linebacker room is not fair. I mean, it really isn't. It's not fair. How about that red coat band, too? People don't realize how hard these kids work. Might as well give them some love. They go over there and practice, and they have Parents' Day. And, the lady I work with on my rehab on this, Julia as her son plays a trombone, and he was so fired up about going to the bins and being on the field and everything. That's a big deal, It
is.
These kids work hard.
Here's an interesting note from our intern coach, Harrison Reno. He says, make that 2 big third down conversions for London Humphreys. He converted the 3rd and 10 earlier. I forgot all about that.
Yeah,
one.
He did.
That set up Nate Frazier's 1-yard score, and then he finds the end zone for a 40-yard touchdown himself.
This guy right here is getting more than Rodgers he's making more money than Aaron Rodgers, I think.
Cam Ward?
Yeah. I hope he gets after the Gators' ass. The only thing to be better than this is if we just go on and just annihilate these guys, get a turnover for a pick 6.
See, I started to say early on there hasn't been a turnover, and I didn't want to jinx it. Well, one way or the other. But then Kirby mentioned it first on the
that was good coaching right there.
Yeah,
we got man coverage working on Dan. Dan's a safety. He's not a man cover guy. We can't let him get on these guys, man. That's good. But you can't sack them every time. But let's play a little non-pressure 4-man rush.
I got to comment. Maybe Clemson should use the portal. Uh-oh.
There it is.
He got
what
it.
a pick.
He got it.
That's 2 years in a row in the dome.
Shades of Clemson.
Shades of Oregon.
Shades of Oregon.
Come on, Roddy. How many have he had?
Well, we had 4.
I bet you that guy right there. I mean, look at that. He's playing star, goes down and just everybody when we say star, that means a nickel guy. He comes in and plays nickel defense.
That may be even more impressive than the first one. Look at all the people in the backfield. Oh my God! Hey, can you find those 2 and run them together?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they love that. They love it. That's Tyke down there, wasn't it?
Yeah. So I finally say,
let's be patient.
You just asked for an interception, didn't you, about 2 seconds ago?
I told him I'm going to be patient on the counter play here. A quick pitch. Break it. Go on. He's going to score. Oh. I like those linemen running over and getting them. Now, you just can't coach this right here.
No,
it's like, what'd you tell him to do, Coach? I said, well, go out there and make him miss you. One tackle. Look at him set these blocks up.
That kid's going to win a Heisman. I'm telling you right now. I'm calling my shot.
I hope he just wins. He can't even start there with ETN.
I'm just saying. He's got in 3 years. I'm not saying anytime soon.
Kirby's liking this. Never has liked it that Dabo made him do karaoke at the Nike trip. I shouldn't have said that. I didn't take – don't put that on any internet or anything.
We're not on the internet.
Kirby, who's the timeout on? I mean, that's pretty rewarding to me, isn't it, y'all?
Yeah. I mean, that's just – you were facing a good Clemson team. I know people are like, well, they're not as good as they were.
This defense is.
Thank you. That was where I said that was a good defense, but
what I like about it, we were challenged and we showed some poise, and then, we just came out and we had to punt once this happened. Go ahead. I don't want to interrupt. Go on and take it from here.
I was just saying you have a number 14 team in the nation. You're about to get a win. People could doubt you in that first half. I get it, but this is the team we want to see. What a defensive performance from right now. That looks brilliant, and the offense starting to click with, again, the defense had to make a huge adjustment with Aguero out. You don't even have your number one running back in the game. You're making adjustments there with a lot of new bodies, new faces. You're seeing Colby for the first time, London Humphreys for the first time. You had to reload on offense, and right now it's not like you get Utah Southwest. You're playing freaking Clemson.
How about the kicking game, too? Just stronger than Ajax.
But we take that for granted, Coach. We don't even think about it.
Well, I don't, but
I know you don't, but I'm saying the general population. Like, you've been so used to having guys who can kick it out of the back of the end zone, and you had 0 punt and return yards last year, and now you're looking at a guy who knocked down a 55-yarder today.
Yeah, and kicked everyone out of the end zone. But
yeah.
Tell them real quick about how they can get to Allen on the testing.
Okay, if you want to get one of these, the Lyme disease test, the tick test, if you want to get your food allergy test or you want to get the STD test, go to mybls.com, mybetterlifescience.com. Check it out. Order them there. I'm going to get one because, again, I had a stupid tick bite that was just itched and annoyed the hell out of me for 6 weeks. I remember being on vacation. I'm like, what the hell? And it just drove me nuts. So if you want to find out if you're – and there are 6 West Nile cases in the in the state of Georgia right now.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, and they're all over the place. It's not like it's one spot. There's like some down in Savannah. There's a few in Atlanta. Somebody got one on like the Beltline. But Lyme disease is a much bigger problem. If you have it, it will F you up. So find out early if you have it.
Watch it.
I'm just saying, I've known people have Lyme disease, and it is a son of a bee. So if you get a chance, grab that test and have it on hand so that you know if you're feeling weird, how to get it. I mean, if you have it. And Dane, if you would put that cabin back on the screen too for our folks who might be thinking about making it.
We got 39 regular season wins in a row.
Yes, sir.
Going after OU, Bud Wilkinson. You know who OU lost when they finally lost? Who they lost to?
Who?
Oklahoma State.
Notre Dame. Dick Lynch scored a touchdown and beat Bud Wilkinson's 47-game winning streak. Only reason I know that's coaching at OU. We're about time to hit Delp.
Look at Lawson Lucky over there in the slot. Oh, he's coming back. He picks up the backside. Oh, look at that dead leg.
Yo.
I mean, come on, man.
Khalil Barnes just got shook there.
Fight fair. Fight fair, Frazier. Look at this little dip. 10. Played a good game, man, but that's a lot of pressure on you. I like the fact that Mike Bobo can talk this guy up to 15 seconds. I mean, not even – I mean, Beck called a brilliant game, but we got Freeling in there now.
Yeah, now you're just leaning on them. They're gassed.
He's probably going to play action here and try to hit a touchdown.
Arian in the slot.
Oh, he had so much room. He knows it, too. He's like, I had him beat to the edge.
Turf monster.
And here's the thing. He's dropped one pass. He's had a fumble. He's not even what Nate Frazier is going to be.
Right there was just ugly.
If you play in the Falcons building, though, that's just bad juju getting to you.
Yeah.
It's okay. Sorry I was late, but I had a pair of hoses guaranteed not to run.
Yeah, he's got 83 yards right now.
ETN giving me a little grief there.
It's like, man, I'd have made that. What a good guy to learn behind, too, to have ETN kind of coaching him up.
So this is where I like Branson, though, is to be a hammer at the end of the game.
Power run right there.
Arian Smith about to get into it with number 9.
Well, 9's chapped.
I know I'm just saying, don't hit back.
That number 8's been eating a lot of its mama's biscuits.
That's a big old boy.
We got 2 downs to make it, Kirby. We don't want a field goal here. Got cash me. Toss sweep into the boundary.
I just took the words right out of my mouth. I'm like, go to the boundary. There's nobody there. You got all the numbers.
We got it again.
There it is.
What a run.
Give him the TD.
Give him the TD.
Arm.
Hey, of all the people in the program, watch the way these kids react to him. I mean, Mike Bobo saw that play before. They don't have any run support when you take that motion. I mean, good job, Mike. And Cash just used that old sideline run like it's not.
You pointed that out, Coach, on the
He didn't.
That's still in bounds.
It's green, baby. It's green.
That is in bounds.
Cash money.
You
That's
basically
spectacular.
you can only fit like a $1 bill in between.
They're going to have to look at it.
Look at these pair of backs, though. Frazier and Cash.
Well, you talked about it in that 1, 2, 3 thing about who the backs would be, right? Who they'd use. I don't know. You showed it to me. I can't remember. But what do you call it? The 1, 2, 3.
The 3-2-1 report.
Yeah, 3-2.
And basically said ETN wouldn't play. Rod Robinson was out, but keep an eye on.
But we showed us play on run support again. I mean, just coaching here, they don't have any run support on the edge there.
You on the second drive, you said toss it into the boundary. They don't have numbers over there. Even my dumbass could see that. You know, it's like they got two over there. Georgia has everybody.
Look at Cash. Give me the money, man. Give me a scholarship, coach.
Hey, folks.
Hey, but let me tell you about Cash. For all he does as a player like that, he's unbelievable special teams. Cover kicks, block on kicks, block punts, and just loves to be a Georgia Bulldog. He's from Texas, and he's come here, and, you know, he could have transferred, but he's hung in there. And
I mentioned this on the report,
look,
too.
you got Humphreys and him both score a touchdown. Come on.
I love it. Good.
I think we got to get the dang Pointer sisters on here in a minute. Aren't you excited, people? I mean,
You should be.
This team here is a good collection of team. I mean, everybody's played their role today. There's a good tackle. I was Kirby on purpose there. Kick it short and make them see if they bring it out, and we'll start them on the 20 instead of 25.
Right.
They got Moffa returning kickoff.
Yeah. I need something. Jamari Sawyer says, "Here, kitty, kitty." Jamari trolling. He was part of that game. So
Hey, you know those pro guys bet against each other. If you got another guy from the team, and like you got to wear their jersey to practice or something. But
yeah, everybody's talking about that dead leg from Nate Frazier a second ago. That was nasty.
Well, how about the way tightrope that thing, Cash?
Oh yeah.
We got some of the younger D linemen in. I think 99's in there. Make the tackle.
Boca.
What a second half from Georgia.
Yeah, they're gonna probably gonna get some garbage yardage here because we're gonna play off of them. But it'll be pretty impressive if we go 2 straight years without Clemson scoring a touchdown. You know?
Yeah, that would be just embarrassing for him. Our writer for Clemson, Larry Williams, who's been around a long time, he says, "We're hearing the text line is already full for Dabo's radio show on Monday."
That it's what?
They stopped taking live callers.
Yeah. Tyler and Spartanburg.
So he says, you can text in. He says, I think the text line's already full. So.
Yeah, they're going to use Marconi. Wireless. Pick. Just make the tackle.
Coach, in my 3-2-1, I mentioned the
there's a red one. Is that 9?
So what would we see from Cade Klubnik, in those big moments? And he's had like one big play, and I think that was that tight end saving his butt. I mean, has he really had a
this text from a guy who used to play with me. I told him we were pretty good. He said, "Damn, I didn't know you were." He says, "You didn't tell me they were that good." Hit him. They probably gonna hit this. Great play.
Wow, that's
Jacory. What a break.
Jacory Thomas.
The best thing they do is busted plays.
Mm-hmm. Did you see Damon Wilson with the pressure?
Yeah, I'm hoping we can stop them there and get Gunner in there to run the clock out. Looking forward to it. I had a little text yesterday with Brock Vandergriff getting his first start tonight. He's a Georgia guy, but playing for Kentucky. But
Damon.
He's fired up about playing, being the starting quarterback, and things didn't work out for him here at Georgia. But Good kid.
Yeah, I always like Brock. His dad's a great guy too.
Hey, they're 1-2. French
What?
lost again last night to Blessed Trinity.
Oh my God!
Great coverage, Ellis Robinson.
I'm about to say they're going to.
You got to turn the head, though.
You got
don't
him
you?
too close, though, Ellis. That's the one we were talking about, but you can't be overconfident there. They're going to take advantage of you. That makes Kirby mad.
Yeah, that's the sixth penalty for the Bulldogs.
I don't know.
That's close. I know you knock his hand down like that, they're going to call you every time.
Well, you got to get your feet wet.
Yep. Honestly, it's kind of like you know it's going to hurt.
But seriously, on this, these guys are telling them, don't let them score, don't let them score. But, you don't want to get somebody hurt trying to keep them from scoring, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
get these guys some reps. All those guys on the front there, Kristen Miller, is that 52?
That's 92.
Is that Dawkins?
That's Jordan Thomas. There's Ellis making his name.
You just about could know that when you beat a guy deep, the next route's going to be short. Yeah. They're getting so many garbage things here.
And Kirby's putting in everybody who's who practiced in that first 40 days.
That's okay.
Wimoff is just a big old load to bring down. Good to see Terrell Foster in there, Coach. That is the guy everybody raves about.
Yeah, I mean, he's a walk-on, but he's very capable. Played some at IMG. Good kid. Might see some of Bowles, number 0, come in too. Haven't seen 18 or 10. Have you seen 18 or 19?
I have not.
I'll just remind people this was 6-0 at halftime.
Good memory.
Oh, I mean, it's
No, it's
incredible half of football.
No, I'm saying that's it. I forgot that's what the score. Oh, Ellis. Good job.
Coach is like, we almost had it. Oh, flag.
It's holding on them.
Yeah.
Come on, Dabo. Who's it on? Who's it holding on?
Defensive holding, I'm trying to figure it out.
I tell you what, if that boy got 2 penalties, that's not good. They going to get a score on us, chicken shit.
Ja'Cory Thomas.
20.
Yep.
That's typical, though. You get in the game and you try to overcover and you make a stupid penalty. We need a sack strip. Kirby coaching them up.
I
got the 2-minute warning.
There you go.
I am going to tell you a couple of jokes at 2 minutes. I would have had a lot more fun telling them if they didn't score, but
yeah, exactly.
I think they're going to probably get some kind of 18s in there. Oh, there's 19 and 18. We just said, where are they?
Yep. There's
Justin Williams. Look at those two guys. Look at how they're cut.
I'm telling you, Chris Cole and Justin Williams, a couple 5-star guys. Just Coach, we always say that makes your mouth water.
Yeah, both of them do. And then Quintavious Johnson.
I tell you, I love 99.
Is that him right here at the edge?
I'm sorry, no, 99 is Joseph Junior.
Yeah.
He's 33.
Yeah.
Captain Guy Bob with the Super Chat says, Go Dogs from the Fiora family in Hiwassee.
Pick.
The Fears have been, they tackled JJA. Yeah, but I said it needs to be a flag.
We got to stop these penalties.
I'm hoping somebody tackled 99 for Georgia. Joseph Jonier.
Could be.
I'm hoping that's what the flag's for. Yeah.
Take the penalty, Coach.
Call that one.
Could be double penalty. 2 flags. Kick a field goal.
2-minute timeout. Before your joke, Coach, I do want to mention 1606 Persimmon up in Clayton, Georgia. I think we should do a show from here, frankly, but
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. I mean, 82-inch TV, it's bigger than what we got. Well, barely. Maybe not. I don't know. Ours is giant.
They got an 82, and you got all kinds of amenities around it too. But
yeah, I mean, you're right outside of Clayton. You can go in, and there's all the wineries up there. You got hiking trails, fishing. We'll do some weddings. You got an event up there, especially in North Georgia mountains. It's going to be nice. One of the coolest things that one of our best friends has ever done is she's taken her whole family, and they went up for, instead of Christmas at her house, they get a cabin right outside of Gatlinburg, and everybody goes up there. They take all their presents, and they just get away from everybody for a while. This 1606 Persimmon place up in Clayton looks like the exact ideal for that. The pictures are amazing. There's actual snow. I haven't seen snow in forever. Place to park your cars, 2 bedrooms, 2 baths. You can sleep 10 people. It's really nice. And if you want to talk to the people that own it, it's not so untouchable that you're like, hey, we don't get to I got to talk to the rep at Airbnb. You can actually talk to the people that run it. And the person who has this and rents it out is on the dog event. So they are a member of UGAsports.com. So therefore, I will vouch for them, and I can say you will have a fantastic stay. And you will be very pleased, and you'll probably book it over and over again. It's easy to remember. Maybe you're not writing this down, but I'll probably just stick it on the board. And
website's on the screen, too.
Yeah. 1606 Persimmon. If you don't know how to spell persimmon, it's Persimmon. 1606 Persimmon in Clayton, Georgia. Be glad that you did.
It's just a beautiful area up there.
Yeah. I know you're not a beach guy. I'm a beach guy. But
I am a mountains guy, though.
That's you are a mountains guy. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Now, don't get me wrong. That same family I was telling you about, they live in Chickamauga. We met them. The reason I know that is because we met them one time. It wasn't that Christmas thing, but we met them up in the mountains, and that was one of the most relaxing weekends I've ever had.
Yeah.
And I remember telling my staff, hey, guys, I'm going to be out of touch, thinking I wouldn't have cell phone service. I had cell phone service the whole time, but I told my staff I didn't. And I got out, and we had a good time, and we went down into Gatlinburg for a couple of days. Getting up into the North Georgia mountains, I know getting to the coast is phenomenal, but the North Georgia mountains are special. And the driving's easy, the wineries are great, the food's amazing, and the people are just the friendliest you'll ever find. So hit them up when you get a chance.
So how do they hit them up?
Go to 1606 Persimmon.
Persimmon?
Persimmon.com. That's the website, 1606 Persimmon. So that's the address.
Is that 2 S's?
Yes, sir.
Good.
Stat check. Carson Beck, 23 of 33, 278 yards, 2 touchdowns. Nate Frazier, 11 carries, 83 yards, and the touchdown.
The most important thing, though, is,
we didn't have any turnovers. No. They're going to try to hit the flag route to that guy at the bottom. No, he's coming in motion.
No, now you got.
He's going to work an out route up the field.
Crossing.
Pick. All right, good coverage, Robinson. I predict Gunner's going to come in and hand the ball off, and the game's going to be over.
Way to throw a 900-mile-an-hour slant route. Jesus.
So people that watch the podcast, this joke's so good we got to tell it. This old lady was over in the park, and she was lonely, and she saw these 3 guys on the park bench, and she walked up to them and said, "This is your lucky day. One of you's going to get to go home and spend the night with me." Of course, these guys didn't really think much of it, looking at her, but she walked up to the first guy and pointed to him and said, "If you can guess which animal's in my hand, you can go home with me." And he's trying to think. He said, "Is it an elephant?" She said, "That's close enough. Let's go." So we're going to get Chauncey Bowens, Mr. Florida. So the other one was these 2 guys were over in Scotland, and they were terrible guys, and they were brothers. And finally, one of them just got pretty ill and ended up passing away. And so they had thinking about what the other brother wanted to do about the eulogy and everything. And he went to the local guy and said, "Look, I'll give you $5,000 if you give a good eulogy for him." And he said, "Well, the guy's just such a sorry guy. It's going to be hard." And he said, "Well, I'll give you $5,000." He said, "Okay." And he said, "I'll give you $5,000 more if you say he's a saint." He said, "I don't know if I can do that."
Yeah.
He said, "A saint?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, there won't be many people here. I can do it." So they get there, and the church is just packed. And the preacher gets up, said, old Charlie, he was a sorry old rascal. He chased women, drank liquor, was in jail half the time. But compared to his brother, he was a saint.
I've heard that one. I love it. That's a good one.
So I'm desperate to make you guys laugh. But those are two of my better jokes. But
appropriate for all occasions.
This joke for me is going to throw it deep right here and run it up on them.
That's not going to be what happens.
That's just a little bully ball.
Virginia Tech now has a 7-point lead on Vandy with 2 minutes left.
And delay. Let's see what Dabo does.
The last time the Clemson has scored a touchdown against the University of Georgia, 2014.
He's going to go over and say hello to Matt Luke.
It's like, I wish you'd come here, Bear Carter. Hey, there's Sammy Brown.
Wonder if Sammy played any.
I was looking on the chart there.
Let's see what Kirby says.
Yep. We called out the
In real time.
Well, he didn't hear us, so
He just assumes.
yeah.
What did he say?
Win the next one.
Wasn't Clemson ranked number 14?
They were ranked. I don't know what.
Kirby says that no one talks about Cash Jones. It's literally the only thing I'm doing these days.
Well, you're talking about that blitz pickup.
I'm talking about it all.
Yeah.
He can do it all.
And the first person that ever brought up Cash Jones was Radi in a 1-2-3 report like 3 years ago. Watch out for this guy. Remember that?
Yep. And I remember going back before the Clemson-Georgia game, I said, keep an eye on Lad McConkey, 84. And everybody's like, who the hell is that? I was like, so that was a good win. All right, folks, we will be back next week for the Tennessee Tech game.
What is that, 2 o'clock?
2 o'clock kickoff, yes.
2 o'clock kickoff.
I think I'm just retiring for the rear. Don't do any more of these. Can't do much more.
Yeah, you were on the money today, even with only one eye. You were all over it. So, again, go to mybls.com when you get a chance. Check out 1606 Persimmon to book your place. Grab some Yingling Flight. Again, only 96 calories. You can't beat that. 2.6 carbs, 2.6 grams of carbs. You got to hit up the Yingling Flight. And, of course, our friends at Morris and Dean, Jeff Dean, up in the North Georgia, Tennessee area. You got to, if you need, he's got 3 dog bite cases. People have been bitten by dogs. I mean, just nasty stuff. A lady was attacked by 2 English bulldogs, kind of like Clemson. Yeah. So, but again, when you get attacked like that, who's going to pay your bills? So that's what he does. He's a good dude, damn good dog. So you got to check out our friends at morrisanddean.com. Again, we appreciate all of our sponsors, and, of course, Athens Ford. They are open Labor Day, And if you come up next weekend for the Tennessee Tech game, swing by and grab a vehicle from them. With that said, for Dayne Young, Jim Donnan, I'm Radi Nabulsi. We will see you next week.